maybe the greatest rivalry in all of sports, if not college football at least. They started 118 years ago. Michigan won that one 34-0. But Ohio State's won 12 of the last 14. Michigan leads when both teams are ranked. This is the 46th time that they will meet here in the Big House at Michigan Stadium. Before we kick, check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, one of the big questions for this rivalry game is, will Ohio State's offense get back on track? Of course, everyone's heard all week about the comments that Ezekiel Elliott made. He wanted the ball more in their loss last week. He had just 12 carries for 33 yards, only 2 carries in the second half. I did ask their offensive coordinator, Ed Warner, how they would be more efficient, how they would get the calls in better this week against Michigan. And he said he's actually going to go upstairs in the booth for the first time in his coaching career with Ohio State. So Tim Beck, Ed Warner sitting side by side, the two co-offensive coordinators. Urban Meyer is involved in quite a few of the play calls. They are going to try a new simplified communication system today in this big rivalry game.
Urban Meyer in his 4th year as a head coach at Ohio State, an unbelievable record of 48-4. Jim Harbaugh, first season in Ann Arbor, 9-2. Michigan ranked 10th, Ohio State number 8. Who's going to play Iowa in the Big Ten Championship? We're going to find that out in about 7.5 hours. We started here, and then it's Michigan State and Penn State later on in the day. The winner of this one, should the Spartans lose, would be the East representative in the Big Ten title game. Ohio State won the toss and deferred. Jack Willoughby to kick. J.U. Chesson, Jordan Lewis wait on the other end. Here we go from the goal line. Lewis had a little seam. It closed in a hurry as he crossed the 20-yard line out to the 21. And a guy who's been improving, it seems, Todd, week by week, Jake Rudock takes the field.
Jim Harbaugh calls him a godsend for their team. He's a mature guy, a graduate transfer from Iowa. He started 25 games as a Hawkeye quarterback. And he's a very intelligent, heady quarterback, kind of an extension of the coaching staff on the field. And as you mentioned, the last 3 games thrown for over 250 yards each game and 10 touchdowns.
Davion Smith, the single setback. They fake it to him. Rudock scans the field, throws incomplete. Intended for Jake Butt, the tight end. He was well covered as we take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players. Offensively for Michigan, J.U. Chesson, their leading receiver. Jake Butt, the intended receiver on that last one, is their number 2 pass receiver. Adolphus Washington. Everybody talks about Joey Bosa so much. Adolphus Washington having a great season on the interior front for the Ohio State team. Jabril Peppers in the lineup offensively. He's going to be our impact player wherever he is today.
5 carries as a tailback last week.
Going to go with a fullback here. Homa picks up about 3. It'll be 3rd down. Michigan 44% on their 3rd down conversions this year, and they line up quickly.
Well, you better take care of Joey Bosa on pass situations. High motor, outstanding pass rusher.
Rudock, the throw complete, 1st down, and it's Peppers. Every week they find a new way to use him.
You have to account for a guy who can wreck your offense. Joey Bosa is one of those guys. So what do? You send 2 offensive linemen his way on the very first drop back pass of the game. Send a message to Joey Bosa that we're going to pay attention to where you are every pass situation.
Peppers picks up 12 on a 1st down and comes out to the sideline. Maybe he was a little shaken up at the end of that play. He plays a lot of snaps, both offensively and defensively. Smith back in there, the tailback, 2 tight ends set. And on the bootleg, Rudock fires wide open. Is Darbo, and he picks up 7.
Well, that's the one concern you have about using Peppers in the different ways you're using him offensively, is you see his versatility. Maybe a little shaken up after that first pass reception, but he's a guy that Jim Harbaugh said, I could think of about 5 different positions he'd be really good at playing football, and they're trying to find different ways to involve him.
2nd down at the 44, 2nd down and 2.
2 tight ends set. A lot of tight end action for Michigan.
Smith straight ahead. Got 1, but he ran into Michael Hill, and he's going to be a little shy of the 1st down.
Michigan is going to have to run the football with some effectiveness today. Coming into the game, they average 161 yards a game, but that's a little deceiving because when you look at the best defenses that they've played against, they've struggled running the football, including last week against Penn State, only 87 yards.
They had a second fullback in there and 2 tight ends on 3rd down and a yard. And they're going to lead that one fullback right up the middle with the carry. And Homa's got the first down.
They run that play a lot, but they've never used that motion where they bring him back into the formation and hand it to him. They give that quick handoff to Homa a lot, and they pick up the first down. But very important for Michigan to run the football with some success today. Utah, Michigan State, Penn State, the 3 best defenses that they've played prior to today, they have not run the ball effectively.
So a good opening drive for the Wolverines. They moved it out to their 49-yard line. 7th play of the opening march. Again, but the tight end in motion. Play action. Rudock steps up, fires, completes it out to Butt. First down catch right at the line.
You know, his arm got hit by Joey Bosa as he threw the football. Rudock pretty lucky this ball stayed on target. Bosa got to him and hit his arm as the ball's being released, and it fluttered out of there. But Jake Butt, a big target, was able to shield his defender with his body.
Jake, one of our impact players, that's his 44th catch from the tight end spot. As Todd said, they use a lot of tight ends, and they utilize their tight ends.
Tight ends and fullbacks, they use them both more than anybody in college football other than maybe Stanford.
Same thing at Stanford when Harbaugh was there. Peppers found a little crease, picked up 5. So number 5 apparently is all right.
He had 5 carries from the tailback position last week for 19 yards. That was the first time that they actually lined him up as the tailback. And the thing about it, even if you have him on the field and you don't give him the ball, the defense has to account for him wherever he is because he's a dynamic playmaker for this Michigan team.
Tim Drevno, the offensive coordinator, was telling us yesterday, even if he's a decoy, he gets excited if they go to his side and the play still gains yardage. Option here. And now he wants to throw. Does at the last moment. Incomplete.
And that just shows you the intelligence of Jabril Peppers. I mean, he is a defensive back by trade and a kick returner, and they're working him into the offense, and that was a designed throw for him, and he had the awareness that if he's outside of the pocket, he can throw the ball away and not suffer a penalty.
In the area. There's no foul for intentional grounding.
Which is what Jerry McGinn, our referee, is saying exactly what Todd just told you. So another 3rd down coming up. They've converted 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 1 so far. Now they've got a 3rd and 5.
They spread the ball around between Chesson, Darboh, and Jake Butts. Those are their 3 top guys.
Rudock blitz coming. Had to get rid of it. That late blitz got to him, and it's incomplete, and he hits the deck.
Now, Darren Lee was the guy coming on the delayed blitz, and Jake Rudock not able to get rid of the football cleanly. A clean shot to the quarterback, and when he had to double clutch, nowhere to go with the ball. Well timed by Darren Lee.
So a good opening drive, but it stalls. And that forces Blake O'Neal to punt. Jalen Marshall waits back inside the 10-yard line for the Buckeyes. End over end kick. Bounces at the 4, and one of the gunners down there had his feet in the end zone as J.U. Chesson. I don't think he knew where his feet were, trying to knock it back out.
Well, your feet can be in the end zone, but the ball can't cross. And they were in position to down that inside the 2-yard line and just didn't execute.
There was a chance right there to really pin the Buckeyes deep, but it hit the line. Ohio State on offense when we come back.
keys to this home belong to Mark and Alyssa Anderson. They bought the place 4 months ago on what was arguably the scariest day of their lives. Neither has any idea what the future holds for them, but they bought into a 30-year mortgage anyway. That was bold. They must really believe in themselves. Buy-in. Quicken Loans. Home buy, refi, power.
Well, DirecTV beat us in customer satisfaction again for the 15th year in a row. But we have a plan.
When our customers are on hold, let's up their satisfaction with some new hold music.
That's Glenn from the mailroom. He DJs on the weekends.
Sorry, who is it?
It's Glenn from the mailroom.
He DJ'd Bill's wedding.
You what?
He goes by DJ Glenn. He works way downstairs. What do you say?
Glenn from the mailroom.
Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Phil, what happened to you?
Oh, it's Black Friday. It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on select 2015 Buick LaCrosse models in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's $8,000 on this LaCrosse.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving bonus check?
What's that? So weird, right? My agent Tom said
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving bonus check. Are you in good hands?
Monday, December 7th, the Great Christmas Light Fight is on. New hosts, new holiday bling, and entire neighborhoods go light to light. The Great Christmas Light Fight premieres Monday, December 7th on ABC.
To get a really good look at 110,000 people, it takes aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. The big house getting loud as Ohio State's offense takes the field for the first time at the 20-yard line. J.T. Barrett, Ezekiel Elliott straight up the middle, got about 3.
Ohio State trying to go tempo. That was one thing Ed Warner told me this week. We didn't do a very good job of that last week. They want to play fast and use their tempo.
And it's Barrett on the keeper, trying to get to the edge. He did. He got the corner, and he tiptoes out of bounds with a first down at the 30-yard line. Let's go back to what Holly reported. Both coordinators, co-offensive coordinators, Ed Warner and Tim Beck right there in the booth together. What do you think of this idea?
I don't like it because, first of all, it's week 12, and you're making that adjustment. Second of all, Ed Warner's the offensive line coach, and I think an offensive line coach is best off being on the field where he can talk to his guys and look them eye to eye when they come off the field.
Your dad, the old offensive line coach. I shouldn't say old. He's going to always be a line coach, and I'm sure he'd agree with you. Nice slant to Michael Thomas, and a first down.
Well, right away, we've seen a couple things. Elliott got the ball the first carry. Michael Thomas, another playmaker who only had 2 touches for 8 yards a week ago against Michigan State with an early catch. You got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. That includes Braxton Miller and Jalen Marshall, along with Elliott and Thomas.
So quickly, the Buckeyes move out to the 43-yard line. Barrett trying to get his word to his offensive line.
A lot of man coverage by Michigan. You got to find the matchups you like.
Gives it off to Elliott, and Zeke gets 2 or 3 as we take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players for the Buckeyes. Ezekiel Elliott says, I think I deserve more than 12 carries last week. Well, he's getting a workload already here early. Michael Thomas, we've already seen what he can do, and the same with Jabril Peppers, both on offense and defense and special teams for the Michigan Wolverines. 2nd down and 7. Play action. Barrett pumps one way, in trouble, goes down. Jordan Lewis coming off the corner with a sack.
Very well disguised defense, because when you see the corner blitz coming, you assume it's man-to-man. J.T. Barrett's going to look to his right and see the corner blitz coming. He thinks it's man, but it's a zone blitz. And they get to him, and he can't get rid of the football. Well-disguised defense by Michigan.
And their coordinator, DJ Durkin.
And this is where they excel on third down, one of the best in the country, and this is also where they like to pressure the quarterback.
Ohio State, only 38% of their third downs. They've got a big one here. 3rd and 9. Barrett's in trouble again. Got away from the first man and the second. And throws into the crowd. Incomplete.
Taco Charlton, who played really well a week ago against Penn State, was the first guy to flush him out of the pocket. And then Willie Henry was there also. So good pressure on third down, but the corner blitz on second down is what set that stop up.
Punting time for Cameron Johnston, and there's Jabril Peppers waiting for it on the other end.
Field position will be a huge thing with both these teams today. Both teams have outstanding defensive numbers, and field position plays into that kind of a football game.
Peppers averaging a little over 11 yards per punt return. He's not going to have a shot at this one. And it's going to go all the way to the end zone. So both teams have had a possession. We'll see Michigan for the second time when we come back.
In 1919, my ancestor Marcel Tolkowski invented the ideal cut diamond, unlocking the true beauty of the diamond. For over 90 years, we have continued to perfect this diamond.
Now Kay Jewelers brings you Tolkowski Ideal Cut diamonds from the family that invented the Ideal Cut. At Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America.
From our family to the beginning of yours.
Yes. Every kiss begins with Kay.
Phil, what happened to you?
Oh, it's Black Friday.
It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on select 2015 Buick LaCrosse models in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's $8,000 on this LaCrosse.
You were born carrying a weight most couldn't bear. At the lowest point in your life, with 38 surgeries under your belt, you decide to become a power lifter. No one expected you to be here, on this stage, at these games, winning. Yet, here you are.
Mr. King, what can you offer that your opponent can't? Oh, 10 nuggets for $1.49. Thoughts?
Oh, $1.49 for nuggets.
There's no debate. Get 10 golden nuggets for just $1.49, only at Burger King. This is how you'll look when you shop at DXL. But this is how you'll feel. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up, all in one awesome store. DXL, you're looking good.
ESPN's College Football on ABC, presented by Kay Jewelers. Kay Jewelers, every kiss begins with K. Buick, proud partner of the NCAA. And Bank of America.
The maize and blue and the scarlet and gray here at the Big House. Michigan's second offensive series. Their opening drive picked up 4 first downs before stalling. And they work from the 20. Drake Johnson's going to be in the backfield for the first time for Michigan. And they were run heavy the first 7 games. Not that they've become pass happy, but that shows you how Jake Rudock has really come on the last month of the season. Receivers all bunched in tight. Wide open. Rudock gets it out to Johnson. He's got a first down. Picks up 13.
You know, this almost looked like he turned the wrong way, but the back was wide open. Jake Rudock on the play action. There's nobody really to fake to, but it certainly fooled the Ohio State defense. Josh Perry chasing that play out of position on the throw to the back out of the backfield.
So numbers on Rudock. over the course of the last 3 games.
I love his decision making, Brad. That's he knows when to dump it off, when to throw early. 4 completions, 4 different receivers, seeing the field.
Peppers will take the direct snap. Jabril Peppers weaving through traffic, backpedals out to the 39, close to the 40.
When we talked to offensive coordinator Tim Drevno, the thing he said, he's so natural. Whatever he does, whether you put him out there as a wide receiver, you line him up as a tailback, he is a natural football player, and he loves playing the game of football.
He's been in both huddles and on the special teams already today. And now he flanks Jake Rudock in the Wolverine backfield. 2nd down and 3. He'll get the carry. Not going to get the first down. Close, but Josh Perry, the linebacker, made the hit.
Again, this Ohio State defense has played at a championship level. One of the best in the country, only allowing 14 points per game. They've been solid, and their defensive front is kind of what sets the stage for them. Led by Adolphus Washington on the inside and Joey Bosa on the outside.
3rd down and a yard. Homa, the fullback, behind Rudock. They're giving the fullback some sugar, and it's paying off. Another first down, and they're having a hard time getting the big fella out of Salt Lake on the ground.
Coming into the game, we talked about tight ends and fullbacks. The tight end and fullback position, 75 receptions, now 47 rushes for the fullback position. Covering that ball up, that's just old school blue-collar football.
We were talking about the tight ends at Stanford, the tight ends here, and Brett Bielema has already contacted us to let us know that Arkansas's tight ends had 5 touchdown catches last week.
I had somebody contact me and say, you know what, Iowa does that too. So we haven't seen them in person this year.
Iowa already in the Big Ten title game with a perfect record so far. Overthrow on Darbo. Good coverage back there by Eli Apple.
Both of these teams will play press coverage and put their corners out on an island quite a bit. Eli Apple in great position here. Knows where the sideline is, just keeps working Darbo towards the sideline and gets an arm up in there to knock the football away.
Good job defensively by the sophomore out of New Jersey. Johnson and Peppers in the lineup.
Peppers in the fullback position.
They fake it to him and pitch it to Johnson, the trailer, and he only got about a yard out of it. Tyvis Powell came up along with Lewis to make the stop.
Tyquan Lewis a little shaky getting up too. He's had a big year.
Sure has.
Playing opposite Joey Bosa.
He's actually got more sacks than Joey does. There's Bosa, 97, 25 career sacks for him.
You just have to account for him. They move him around. They try to find the best matchup. Right now he's inside instead of outside.
3rd down and 9. Rudock got hit as he threw. Adolphus Washington, number 92, let him know he was in the area.
Adolphus Washington, for as big as he is incredibly quick. His first step quickness is outstanding. I remember watching him play as a high school basketball player at Hamilton Taft in a state championship game, and as big as he is, he averaged 20-some points, 14-some rebounds as a senior. He was a player of the year in Ohio in basketball.
He's a dancing bear, or in this case, a dancing buck. O'Neal to punt. Marshall just lets it drop, and it takes a Michigan roll down to the 6-yard line. Great job again with the punting team.
Phil, what happened to you?
Oh, it's Black Friday.
It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on select 2015 Buick LaCrosse models in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's $8,000 on this LaCrosse.
What?
PC does Infinity Edge Display. PC does what no PC has done before. Does yours?
How do you do Black Friday? Do you camp out or caffeine up? Stick to a list or let the savings speak to you? Click from the couch or grab from the shelves? Brave it alone or bring reinforcements? However you build cheer, the best prices of the year are still here. Let's do this. Save $100 on this Ryobi Combo Kit, just $199. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
You can't always protect her. Make sure her tires will. The Michelin Premier Tire with EverGrip technology. Even when half worn, it's still safe. Safe when new, safe when worn.
If I was a coach, I would never punt.
With the ball on your own 1-yard line, 4th down.
You wouldn't punt? Never. I understand that field position is tantamount in a game of inches, but more critical than said inches are points. And to obtain points, one must always control the ball.
Whoa, Chuck! It sounds like you actually know something about football.
Bendy straws.
I like a bendy straw myself, Chuck.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was staring, not even a mouse. You know who should be staring? My family. Stir me up some beats. I'm a giver. I give them my kids, give them my wife. It's time to let the love flow both ways, baby. Stupid, how about that? Beats for Christmas! Beats for Christmas! Ah!
Cause I got a really big team. They need some really nice things.
A Charlie Brown Christmas 50th anniversary event, Monday on ABC.
We're going to play in the Rose Bowl this year. I guarantee it. We'll beat Ohio State. We'll be in Pasadena on January 1st.
6, Michigan's Jamie Morris helped Jim with that guarantee. 210 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Ohio State came back. Chris Carter a touchdown in the 4th, but a missed 45-yard field goal by Matt France with less than a minute to go. And Harbaugh good on his promise. Bo gets a ride, and they go to the Rose Bowl.
How about this? One of our colleagues, Chris Spielman, in that game, a school record 29 tackles.
That's insane.
That's like 3 games worth for most players.
Ohio State from the 6. Ezekiel Elliott broke 1 tackle, but he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Chris Wormley wouldn't let him go.
This Michigan defense, their numbers this year have been outstanding. They went 3 games in a row not allowing a point. They have been fundamentally sound. Now they're playing without one of their best players. They lost their starting nose guard, Ryan Glasgow, a few games ago. But it's next man in, next man up. And they have played at a very high level.
Crowd not making it easy for J.T. Barrett from his own end zone. Flares it out to Ezekiel Elliott. Can't make the Michigan man miss. DeMonte Thomas, nice open field tackle.
And again, they're right where they want to be now. 3rd down, deep in Ohio State territory. They force JT to go underneath. You're hoping Elliott can make one guy miss, but good fundamental tackle in space by Thomas.
The Buckeyes thought it was loud before. Wait for this 3rd and 10.
Jalen Marshall has yet to touch the football. Another playmaker. He's down here at the bottom of the screen, number 7.
Tight end Vanette sets up on the right side. Barrett from his own end zone. Going to scramble out of there and try to get it on his own. Not going to get there. And again, DeMonte Thomas. 2 huge plays.
2 huge plays and 2 fundamentally sound plays. Tackling in space. Breaking down, dropping your hips, being in position, mirroring the ball, and getting a dangerous runner to the ground in open space.
Looked like a lot of space in front of him, but it closed in a hurry thanks to number 25. And now Ohio State's got a punt deep in its own end zone for Cameron Johnston.
Only 45 plays last week for the Buckeye offense. Only 9 so far today.
And they almost got to the punter. He goes down. The flags fly in. We're either going to have roughing or running in to the kicker.
Well, I thought the first punt, the snap looked kind of slow, and I thought Michigan might try to go after it.
J.U. Chesson, I think, is the guy that they're having the conversation about. Here's the call from Jerry McGinn.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. Number 23. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
First down.
Well, Michigan has been hurt by penalties. 13 against Indiana, 13 last week against Penn State. There's the penalty. Tyreek Kittle, number 23.
Chesson laid out. He realized he didn't want to get any closer, but the freshman did. So automatic first down.
You know, the strange thing about that is those rugby-style punters, that they move as they're kicking it. That's a little tougher to judge where your launch point needs to be.
So instead of great field position for the Michigan offense, first down for the Buckeyes, just inside the 24.
I think Ohio State needs to go play action and take a shot down the field. Right now, after that turnaround, the fortunate penalty for them, they got to try to stretch this Michigan defense. They weren't able to do that last week. Only 2 times did they throw the ball down the field. Weather played a part, but it was also a conservative plan last week as well.
Barrett in the gun. Play action, wants to go down the middle, fires near side for Thomas, incompletes. Jordan Lewis covering. So much is made of Jabril Peppers being such a great defensive back. Jordan Lewis is as good, maybe.
Well, I think he has had an outstanding year. I mean, he leads the Big Ten Conference in passes broken up. There's another one to add to his list. That makes 22 on the year. He's also a talented kickoff return man. Had a huge fourth quarter kick return last week. Excellent cover guy.
Second down and 10. Barrett trying to get Ezekiel Elliott's attention, and by the time he did, the whistles blow.
I think it's going to be another penalty on Michigan.
Timeout. Ohio State. First of the half. He has 30-second charge. Timeout.
Elliott comes to the sideline. He was looking to the sideline, and Barrett was pulling out his jersey saying, Zeke, let's get involved here. Coming up 3:30 Eastern on ESPN today. Christian Hackenberg at Penn State take on number 5 Michigan State. That's in East Lansing. Spartans playing for a spot in the Big Ten title game against Iowa. College football presented by Cars.com. 3:30 today on ESPN. Here's outlooks. Michigan State, all they have to do is beat the Nittany Lions, and they're going to be in the matchup with Iowa, the undefeated Hawkeyes. Ohio State, if they win today and Michigan State loses, they're in. Michigan, if they beat Ohio State and Michigan State loses, they're in. So the East is not determined yet. The West is done, and Iowa capped it off with a win over Nebraska yesterday to be perfect. First time in 93 years. So congratulations to the Hawkeyes and their fans.
Ohio State, this offense, they just have not really hit their stride at any point, but they have dangerous playmakers that have to touch the football. And last week, again, they were limited by the weather, limited by the fact they only had 5 first downs. But they don't have those limitations today weather-wise. They've got to get the ball in the hands of the guys that can make things happen.
Then at the tight end in motion, Ezekiel Elliott got to the edge this time, and there he goes. Elliott in a foot race. They'll track him down, but he gets all the way to the 11-yard line. Much like he did the final 3 games of last year, ripping off big runs on the way to the national title, and this one's good for 66 yards.
Great block by both tight ends. One came in, Nick Bennett came out to lead the play, and then the top-end speed of Elliott.
They go right back to him in the middle of the pile, and he gets down to the 7.
You know, that was a huge play by the Michigan defense, preventing the long touchdown run, because one of the areas Michigan has been outstanding this year is their red zone defense. Last week, Penn State had 3 drives that went inside the 10-yard line, couldn't get it in the end zone. Ohio State, a better offensive football team than Penn State, but Michigan has done a great job in the red zone of not giving up touchdowns.
That run by Ezekiel Elliott, the longest allowed by Michigan this year. Second down at the 7 And somebody jumps. Oh, everybody gets back, I guess.
Urban wants another timeout. Again, the change. The coordinator up in the box.
Timeout.
The different system of how they're getting plays called, and they've had to use 2 timeouts here in the first quarter.
There's your co-offensive coordinators. Tim Beck on the left. Ed Warner on the right.
You know, obviously the last timeout was a great timeout because they got the right play called and Elliott busted the long run. I don't have a problem necessarily if you have to take a timeout here because you're in the red zone. This is going to be a field position, physical game. You need to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. So if there was confusion, I get it, but again, highly unusual to make that kind of a change in your system and your logistics in week 12.
Last week, 12 touches, 33 yards rushing. He made his feelings very much felt in the locker room after the game with his comments. Today he's got 75 yards already on 5 carries.
I thought the way Urban Meyer handled that was huge for him and for the team. Elliott's been a great player, a great leader. A lot of raw emotion after that game, and the right words maybe, but the wrong venue and the wrong place to speak them.
2nd and goal at the 7. And it's Barrett. He'll keep it himself, and he's in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Tough 7-yard run by J.T. Barrett.
Well, Elliott drew the attention. Again, Maurice Ball, number 85, with a good block, but watch the defense go to Elliott. Because of the success he's had, they went with him. They stretched the play, and it allowed Barrett to slip it up inside for the touchdown. 2 timeouts called. Both of them paid off for the Buckeye offense.
Extra point by Nurnberger. Puts Ohio State in front 7-0. 1:05 remaining in the first quarter as we take a look at the Jiffy Lube expert analysis.
Well, Ezekiel Elliott has had some success here early in the ball game. He breaks off the long run. Here he is. As this play goes this way, watch these linebackers stretch, and that opens up a lane right there for J.T. Barrett. Elliott draws some attention. It opens up a little bit of a crease, and J.T. Barrett gets north and south, fights his way to the end zone.
For J.T., that's his 9th rushing touchdown of the year. Ezekiel Elliott, 1,500 plus, joining 2-time Heisman winner Archie Griffin. That's good company.
Well, they took advantage of the costly penalty. Remember, Michigan had them backed up. They were punting out of their own end zone. They were going to get great field position, and the roughing the punter gave new life to this Buckeye offense, and they took advantage.
And that started a 94-yard drive in 7 plays that took 3:21 off the clock and put the Buckeyes in front 7-0. The kick a yard deep. Jordan Lewis brings it out and out across the 20 to the 21.
Jordan Lewis returning kickoff.
Ohio State's rough year for their offense this season. Not so much right now.
Who's going to start at quarterback for Ohio State?
J.T. Barrett or Cardell Jones?
Go with J.T. Barrett.
JT's earned the right to start.
J.T. Barrett cited for operating a vehicle while intoxicated.
And he's got it. The Spartans have knocked off Ohio State.
I'm disappointed in the play calling. I'm disappointed in the situations we were put in.
He came to see me and apologized. We squashed it as a team.
That's some of the things that have gone on this year with Ohio State as Davion Smith broke 1 tackle in the backfield, picked up 4. Final 45 seconds of quarter number 1.
Right now, Michigan with 32 yards rushing against this tough Ohio State defense. You've got to make them play honest. You can't put it all on Jake Rudock throwing the football. You have to have some balance.
Quick play action, deep ball, and almost caught by Darboh. He got a hand on it and then ran out of real estate on the sideline. Incomplete.
Covered by Eli Apple.
So 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Wolverines.
Again, good coverage by Eli Apple, running stride for stride with Darboh. And Rudock not able to make the connection.
So let's see what they dial up for 3rd down and 6 here as we're near the end of the first quarter. Jake Rudock has only hit one of his last 5 attempts. Bosa coming off the edge, almost got to him, but the pass is complete to Chesson for a first down.
Hard throw by Jake Rudock because his vision was blocked. There was pressure in the pocket. I wasn't sure he was going to get this ball off. The ball was high, but Chesson able to get it and get his feet down for the completion and the first down.
Big first down there. Keep things going at the 39-yard line as the first quarter comes to a close. Ohio State with a 7-0 lead. And ABC's college football presented by Kay Jewelers will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Personal foul.
Phil, what happened to you? Oh, it's Black Friday. It's crazy. Saved hundreds. How'd you make out? Well, I slept in and saved thousands.
There's a more civilized way to do Black Friday. Why save hundreds when you can get a check for thousands during the Buick Black Friday sales event? Now make your best deal on select 2015 Buick LaCrosse models in stock the longest and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP. That's $8,000 on this LaCrosse.
The people closest to you can be the hardest to shop for. But if you know where to look for inspiration, you can find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. And share wonder every day. Walmart.
So, you say men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Then how'd I get this?
Safe driving bonus check. Every 6 months without an accident, Allstate sends a check. Okay. Silence. Are you in good hands?
This helps me to manage my chronic pain, but it came with some baggage.
You're not the only one. Opioids block pain signals by attaching to something called mu receptors here, but they also attach to mu receptors in the bowel, and that can cause opioid-induced constipation, or OIC.
I could struggle with OIC the whole time I take my opioid?
Maybe not. There's Movantik. Movantik can help reduce OIC by blocking opioids from binding to mu receptors in the bowel. Do not take Movantik if you have a bowel blockage or a history of them. Serious side effects may include a tear in your stomach or intestine, and can also include symptoms of opioid withdrawal. Common side effects include stomach pain, diarrhea, nausea, gas, vomiting, and headache. Tell your doctor about any side effects and about medicines you take, as Movantik may interact with them, causing side effects.
So go on. Talk to your doctor about opioid-induced constipation.
And ask if once daily Movantik is right for you. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Yes, New Year's Eve will be so awesome, watching college football through confetti. Missing out is not an option, so plan accordingly.
Framed for treason, but uncovering the truth.
There's a second ball out there.
Will come at a price.
The longer you hold out, the harder it's going to be for those you care about.
Quantico, all new Sunday on ABC.
Everybody on your list has a holiday wish. But if you can't get them what they want, give them Ohio Lottery Holiday Instant Tickets instead for a chance to get it themselves, including Holiday Cash, Holiday Gold, Merry Money, and more. And for an added holiday bonus, enter your non-winning holiday tickets for chances to win part of the $500,000 in bonus prizes. Get your tickets today and give those holiday wishes a chance.
You're watching WCPO, 9 on your side.
A lot of great games on this college football weekend. You want to put one game on the big screen, another game on your computer, your tablet, or your smartphone using Watch ESPN. Just download the app or go to watchespn.com. What a weekend of football. Awesome. You and I were talking about on the way over to the stadium today.
Awesome.
Including this one for the 112th time.
And with the college football playoff, you know, so many games have so much impact everywhere today and last night.
Wolverines from the 39. Davion Smith only got about a yard. Darren Lee dragged him down.
Peppers coming back into the ball game. Again, we've seen him more on offense early in this game than at any other time. Also another offensive lineman in, so a little bit of a different kind of formation coming from the Michigan offense this time.
There's been a couple of plays that he's been in there where he hasn't touched it. They even put him in as a fullback right now. He's a single setback behind Rudolph.
So you have an unbalanced line.
The pitch to Peppers. And Ohio State waiting for him. Darren Lee makes another stop. We check in with Holly.
Well, Jabril Peppers on the field so much today. I'm watching how he's resting himself in between series. When the offense kind of stands out on the field waiting for the breaks to be over, he's over on the bench sitting with the defense, sitting for as long as he possibly can. At the last minute, he kind of runs out, joins the offense, comes out onto the sideline. So he's trying to be smart about how he's using his legs. He's certainly going to need them in the fourth quarter at his safety position as well.
At the end of the first quarter, Rudock picked up a first down on the throw to Chesson on 3rd and long. He's got another one right here. 3rd down and 10. Play action. Fires far side, and he got him complete. And it's the same man, same result. Pickup of 20.
There is no way I thought this ball would be completed. The right hash throwing to the left sideline. The ball's in the air a long time, and nobody for Ohio State made a play on the ball. There's 3 defenders around the ball, and it just drops right in the bucket to Chesson in between 3 Ohio State defenders.
Big time conversion to the 41-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Wolverines. 5 different receivers Jake Rudock has gone to with his 6 completions. Back to the ground game and back to not much. Smith got a half yard. Raekwon McMillan, the middle linebacker, number 5, the first one to meet him.
Again, this Ohio State defense coming into the ball game, number 2 in the country in scoring defense, number 8 in the country in total defense.
There's their leading tackler. That guy can really go side to side from that middle linebacker spot. 2nd down and 9. 3 wideouts in for the Wolverines this time as Rudock with whistles. Stop and play here. Flag down.
False start. Offense, number 61. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Again, penalties costly for Michigan the last 2 weeks, really. The last 2 games. And those are the ones that really frustrate you. The before the snap penalties. Graham Glasgow, the center, the leader up there.
One of the 3 Glasgow brothers on the team. He was an interesting cat to talk to yesterday, wasn't he?
Yeah.
2nd down, 14. Rudock throwing out to Butt. Completes it.
Yeah, that's just such a smart play by Jake Rudock. 2nd down and 14. Let's get some of the yardage back and give ourselves a reasonable, or better than reasonable, 3rd down opportunity. 3rd and short. Jake Butt, just a big target from that tight end position.
Michigan has converted a couple of 3rd downs on this drive already. Both with passes to Chesson. That one to Butt picked up 12, so it's 3rd down and 2. And they're going to pass for it again. Whoop, pump fake. Now Rudock's going to try to get it himself. I think he might have it.
They wanted to throw to the fullback coming out of the backfield quickly, and Ohio State had Homa covered. And Jake Rudock did the smart thing. Tuck your nose down and go for the football. Go for the 1st down. Jim Harbaugh talks about this guy's toughness. I mean, that's a shot that he couldn't avoid. He's taken a lot of hard shots through the year. used a couple funny ways to describe how tough his quarterback was.
10th play of the drive coming up. Another first down just outside the Buckeye 30. They're going to throw again. He might want it all. Deep. Butts got it near the 10-yard line. Nice throw and catch. Pick up of 22.
Jake Butts just has such a good feel for finding openings. Here he is. He's going to go and just kind of sit in this area and turn his numbers back to the quarterback. In between defenders. Gives the quarterback a big target. And Jake Rudock puts that football right between the 2 8s.
Big time tight end going up to get it and make it 1st and goal. Peppers back in there offensively. Michigan on a drive to try to tie the game. Quick throw out in the flat. Only about a 2-yard pickup for Grant Perry. Todd, a couple of seconds ago, was talking about Harbaugh's comments about how tough his quarterback was. Jim's got a little different way of saying things sometimes. Saying tough as a $2 steak doesn't give it real justice. This guy's tough as nails, hard as hen's teeth. He's been a godsend for our team. I didn't know hens had teeth.
I didn't either. Well, he loves his quarterback, and it's been a great fit, a great marriage. Of course, Jake's old team has had an incredible year at Iowa, but he has been a beautiful fit here for Jim Harbaugh.
Throw too far in front of Darboh, and wisely picked up by Ohio State. That could have almost been a lateral. So it's bringing up 3rd down and goal.
Now that shows you the respect that Michigan has for this front 7 of Ohio State. 2 plays down here close. They try to throw quickly outside.
Well, they are 3 for 3 on 3rd down on this drive. This one's the biggest one, 3rd and goal.
Well, Ohio State needs to make sure they are accounting for Jake Butt in this part of the field. That's him in motion, moving from the right to the left side of the formation right now.
Rudock trying to go to the other tight end. It's broken up. Eli Apple, nice play defensively. He's made several today. So Michigan's going to have to go for 3.
Jake Butt's just kind of a decoy on this play. Darboh never quite gets into the route. Good coverage by Ohio State. They had everything covered by their own goal line.
Kenny Allen in to attempt the field goal from 25 yards out. They're trying to put Michigan on the board for the first time today. The kick is up and good. 9:26 remaining first half. Michigan on the board, but still trailing their arch rivals 7-3.
Is there any link between head injuries and professional football players?
The NFL, it's an entertainment product.
When did you become aware of the concussion issue?
This is an evolving science.
Commissioner Goodell, I asked you a simple question.
The NFL has known about the concussion issue for years.
Families are being destroyed.
You gotta fix this.
We're doing everything for our players.
You're going to war.
Sure want to do this. I would ask you that same question. Tell the truth. Rated PG-13. So why the Marines? Because this is the land that I love, the country I'm honored to serve.
At first, I thought I was just seeing things, but no, it's out there. Something is definitely out there. Whatever it is, it's big. At one point, I swear, we got so close I could smell it. But then, poof, it was gone.
exists. The new Honda Pioneer 1000 with a best-in-class engine and 6-speed fully automatic dual-clutch transmission. Pioneer 1000 from Honda.
You've been eye-guzzling that show for 58 episodes. But oh God, there they are. The final credits. You've fallen into a show hole. The struggle could not be more real. Why even have a TV? Then you see it. Amazon Fire TV's vast library of best shows ever. So long, show hole!
Tuesday's New Muppets is jam-packed. Movie stars, shocking moments, insane stunts, rock stars, and an epic drum battle.
Oh, what's that? A bell? Time for school.
The Muppets, all new ABC Tuesday.
Let's take a look at the college football playoff rankings brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Clemson #1 leading South Carolina right now. Iowa from the Big Ten in the driver's seat right now. They can win the Big Ten championship they're going to be in. And then the other 3 teams from the Big Ten trailing them. Michigan State in the 5 spot playing at 3:30 today. And of course number 8 and number 10 tangling right here with 9:25 remaining in the first half. Well, Michigan Todd had a 1st and goal at the 9 and had to settle for 3. You never want to do that in a tight game, but every point will count. Got a long way to go. And Ohio State will come out to the 25. And we'll see how Ezekiel Elliott and the Buckeyes offense does when we come back.
So what's your news?
I got a job. I'll be programming at GE.
Oh, I got a job too.
Zazzies.
The app where you put fruit hats on animals? I love that.
Guys, I'll be writing code that helps machines communicate.
I just zazzied you.
Look at it. Oh.
I can do dogs, hamsters, guinea pigs, you name it.
I'm going to transform the way the world works.
I programmed that hat, and I can do cassava melons.
I'll be helping turbines power cities.
I put a turbine on a cat.
Oh.
I can make hospitals run more efficiently.
This isn't a competition.
Hey, Dad, take a look at that. I'll take it.
I don't think he understands.
Dad, you're not saying anything.
What is this? Is this?
Signature service, baby.
At Jiffy Lube, we want you to have it all. Expertise and convenience. That's why with our range of services and our award-winning training program, you can be sure to find our expert technicians around almost every corner.
All good?
Sure is. See you next time.
Thank you.
Visit JiffyLube.com for deals and locations around every corner. Jiffy Lube. Leave worry behind.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles. Fill a garage. Engage in investment banking. Be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps. Only at Taco Bell.
ESPN's College Football on ABC, presented by Kay Jewelers. Brought to you by John Hancock. When life comes, let John Hancock help you prepare for it. Jiffy Lube, experts around every corner to help you leave worry behind. And Taco Bell's new Steak Boss Wraps.
Desmond Howard honored with his number being retired this weekend here at Michigan. And Des, that is the loudest this crowd has been all day, even at kickoff when you were honored on the field. What was that like for you?
You know, Holly, it's something you really can't put into words because you come here as a young student athlete. You never imagine you have an honor like this. And for them to honor me for my body of work here at the University of Michigan is just a tremendous feeling, and have my family here to feel to partake in this has been even more special for me.
They're also honoring people like Gerald Ford, Ron Kramer, and some of the legends of the game. Des, you're a legend of the game now. Have you wrapped your mind around that?
Hey, anytime your name can be mentioned coaching with President Ford, then you've done something right. So, like I said, it's a tremendous honor. I'm just very happy to be here, and I'm glad that the crowd received me the way they did. That was special.
Michigan really a turnaround this year. What do you think of what you're seeing from the Maize and Blue so far today?
I love what I'm seeing as far as the play calling is concerned. I think that we all understand that Jim Harbaugh is a master play caller. He's going to find some weaknesses in the defense and try to expose them. He doesn't have his players here yet, so they don't have the explosive players. So they got Jabril Peppers now playing more offense. But I like what I'm seeing. They're moving the ball. Obviously, Ezekiel Elliott had a big run to set up Ohio State's their first touchdown. But I like what I'm seeing offensively from Michigan so far.
Well, thank you, and congratulations. It's just a special day. Such a cool honor.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks.
And we want to add our congratulations. Des, well earned. Number 21 is a big picture right behind our booth up here of that famous catch and then the famous pose from his 91 Heisman year. Our College Football Hall of Fame colleague, Desmond Howard. Congrats, Des.
A guy who played his high school football in Ohio and came to Michigan. You know what? This is going to be the 4th penalty on Michigan in the ball game, and another offsides penalty, I think, unless there was movement up front. Again, penalties the last few weeks have really been a problem for Jim Harbaugh's team.
Jim Harbaugh says Jacoby Bourne is moving the ball at the center spot. That's what he was trying to tell the officials.
Well, that's what Michigan State did
False
to
start. Offense in the 65. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And they call an elf line the right guard. Speaking of Jacoby Bourne and guys that grew up in one spot, his dad played at Michigan, and now all the brothers have played here at Ohio State. 8 straight years of having a Bourne.
Well, his oldest brother started his career at Michigan.
Right.
And then when Rich Rodriguez came in as the coach, he transferred to Ohio State. They're from Pickerington, Ohio, which is close to the Ohio State campus, and now they're all Buckeye.
1st and 15. And it's a keeper for Barrett, trying to get to the sideline, and he's not going to get anything out of that. Delano Hill.
You know, the interesting thing is I look at Michigan's season and their defense, and again, they're just so fundamentally sound this year. Their coaching staff, DJ Durkin, the coordinator, all their assistants, done a great job. Their numbers are outstanding. There's one game that stands out, though, that is kind of an anomaly, and that was their game against Indiana. They gave up 307 yards rushing to Indiana in that double overtime win. I'm sure Ohio State is trying to apply some of those same things.
This time it's Barrett again, and right up the middle. Huge run by Barrett. Lucky they didn't get a face mask at the end of the play. First down, a pickup of 25.
Well, this is a read for the quarterback. He can either give it to Elliott or he can follow the guard, Billy Price. If that defender stretches out too far, the read for the quarterback is to tuck it up inside. And J.T. Barrett doing a nice job reading and running the football right now.
All the way to the Michigan 44.
The last 2 years, Ohio State has run for over 300 yards in each game.
Braxton Miller in the quarterback position. And he's going to keep it. And Braxton's got a nice run. First time he's touched it. And he picks up 6.
Braxton Miller, one of those playmakers, switched to H-back or wide receiver this year. Has not had as much play-by-play impact on the offense as he has when he was a quarterback, but still very dangerous when he has the ball in his hands.
Of course, 2-time Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year when he was playing quarterback. Here he comes again, spinning his way about 1.5 yards shy of the first down.
Not as big as he was when he played quarterback. He lost close to 20 pounds, I think, when he made the switch to wide receiver. Not as physical of a runner as he used to be.
88 touchdowns he was responsible for. Amazing. 3rd down and 2. Biggest play of the day so far for the Michigan defense. Barrett on the option. Nobody over there. Easily picks up the first down, and he's still weaving his way down to the 20-yard line.
Boy, nice block by the right tackle, Chase Ferris, number 57. Watch 57 get out in front of this play and get a cut block on the linebacker, Desmond Morgan. That opens up the corner for the quarterback.
Just not enough defense for Michigan on that side of the field on that run. And now it's Barrett again inside the 15. So he's had runs of 16, 25, and now 7 on this drive alone.
Last week against Michigan State and all the complaint by Ezekiel Elliott, a lot of the runs are reads, whether the quarterback keeps it.
Now it's Elliott. He pops through the back of the Michigan defense at his 1st and goal at the 5.
Right now, J.T. Barrett is in a nice groove as far as reading the Michigan defense, whether to give it to Elliott or keep it himself.
And they're going tempo, and it's Elliott easily walking in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Michigan's defense was on its heels the last 2 or 3 plays of that Buckeye drive, and it's Elliott in the end zone.
Watch the right guard, Elflein, get a great block on the inside linebacker. Slips to the 2nd level, block on Desmond Morgan. Ezekiel Elliott right off that block into the end zone.
Extra point upcoming. A hush over the Michigan Stadium crowd now as it's about to be 14-3 Ohio State. And it is with 5 minutes remaining in the half. A 75-yard drive in 9 plays. And Ezekiel Elliott for a FBS leading 18th time a rushing touchdown. 14-3 Bucks.
Red squad, blue squad, take my lead.
I'm on it.
We got my team.
BB-8, hold on!
Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This film is not yet rated.
Performance, no matter where, no matter what. The only intelligent all-wheel drive system with enhanced driving performance for all-season capability is now available on more models than ever. We only make one thing. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into BMW November Fest and receive a credit of up to $6,500 on select BMW models by November 30th.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Guys, in honor of Rivalry Week, we're gonna do something special. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say Rivalry Week? Rivalry Week. Rivalry Week. Rivalry Week. Rivalry Week. Rivalry Week. Right way.
Guys, it's Rivalry Week.
Strong enunciation. Desmond wins.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. He paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
New season, new story. American Crime returns January 6th on ABC.
Ezekiel Elliott caps off the drive by Ohio State to put them up 14-3. They've had touchdown drives now of 94 and 75 yards. And that'll take a little starch out of your defense, you know.
And they're doing it by just slamming the ball right at Michigan. They've run for 160 yards now, and that's 60 more yards than Michigan has been giving up per game.
Willoughby's kick fielded at the 3 by Lewis. Trying to go left side to get to the edge. Flags are down. It's coming back no matter where he ends up, I think. But he's going to make it exciting. Jordan Lewis, the 30, all the way out near midfield. But the flags are back at the 16-yard line.
Well, he had a big 55-yard return in the fourth quarter against Penn State last week after Penn State had cut into the lead. That was huge, and this one was going to be a big return as well.
Holding, number 34, return team. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Negates a 44-yard kickoff return. So instead of being out near midfield, they're going to be back inside the 10-yard line. All the way to about the 8. So Michigan has to start in a hole again offensively.
Well, and again, in a game like this against a quality opponent, hidden yardage becomes huge. Between penalties and kicking plays, Michigan lost 39 yards on that play right there.
So Rudock in the shotgun, standing at his own 3-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. They haven't been able to accomplish much with the running game today. And Davion Smith brought down by Raekwon McMillan after a pickup of about 4. .425 remaining in the half. Michigan has all its timeouts remaining. Just need a big play offensively. But in motion again to the slot on the right side. Rudock has time, flares it out on the flat to Smith. And he's close to a first down as we check in for the first time in the studio with Cassidy Hubbard. Cassidy.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Todd. Taco Bell studio update. Number 1 Clemson taking out South Carolina, and they called a Kirk Herbstreit play, and here's what it looked like. Deshaun Watson, beautiful pass to Deion Kane, 55-yard touchdown. Clemson up 14-0 in the second. This game over on ESPN.
So Clemson keeping pace with that number 1 ranking, up by 2 touchdowns. Third down and a long one. Rudock wants to throw for it. Down the middle, throws a strike. First down, Michigan. And it's Chesson again. Really good. That's been the hookup today when they needed a third down catch.
Really good protection. Watch Rudock. He's going to start by reading this play to the left. It's not open. He's looking for Bud. He comes all the way back across the formation to Chesson, but it starts with excellent protection up front.
Jayu's 3 catches all came on third down so far today, including that one to move it out to the 32-yard line. Smith, nice spin after initial contact made by Taquan Lewis. Goes out for 4. And now number 4 checks out, and Peppers will come in. It just feels like Peppers is the big play waiting to happen if it's going to come from somebody.
Well, and you're right. They need a chunk play. Ohio State has had one with the long run from Elliott. Michigan still waiting for that big chunk play.
They fake it to him. They'll go back to him. Broke 1 tackle. This might be the play we're talking about. Jabril Peppers to the 49. Nice open field tackle by Conley, or he might have been gone. As it is, a pickup of 13 and a first down.
When you have playmakers, you just find ways to get them the football. Get them out in space. Makes a very good football player in Darren Lee miss. And again, if not for that excellent shoestring tackle, it might have been more yards.
As it is, a first down at the 49. Under 2 minutes in the half. Rudock waiting, scrambling and throwing on the run, and he had a man open and he overshot him by a mile. That was Grant Perry, who had about 3 steps on everybody in the secondary.
I think it's very important that Michigan finds some way to get points here on this drive. Remember, Ohio State won the toss and deferred. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter. And right now, Michigan's defense having a lot of trouble slowing down the run game of the Buckeyes. Their offense has to keep pace on this drive.
Even a three-pointer would make it a one-possession game or a one-score game. Going to the locker room.
I think Ohio State's lined up off sides.
Rudock pressured from Bosa, and he got his hand on it. And the throw's incomplete.
I thought Adolphus Washington was lined up in the neutral zone. Bosa came from the top of the screen. Right there, I thought that guy was off sides.
Sure looked like it. A guy whose motor never even stutters. Always going. Joey Bosa. Third down and 10 upcoming.
Great quickness. Uses his hands extremely well.
And Ohio State's going to take a timeout.
Timeout.
That's their final timeout. We'll take a timeout as well with 1:33 remaining second quarter.
That is a great idea, J.J. Abrams and Stephen King. Hi. Here at Hulu, we care about you as much as you care about TV. Really into South Park? Great. You can watch all 19 seasons of it here and only here. The shows you love, we love. You tweeted to us, help Hulu bring back the Mindy Project. Okay. You're back.
On Hulu?
On Hulu. We've got all of Seinfeld, Empire, Stacy, hi Stacy, there's CSI, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Blackish, movies, and now with a commercial-free option, there's roughly a gajillion shows. I could go on and on, but I'm out of fake hallway. Let's roll, Andy Samberg. Looking good, Neil.
Yes, I am.
Thanks, Andy.
Yep. Yeah. That's your cue, Cookie.
Damn right it is.
I'm always there for my daughter. For the little things and the big milestones. And just like I'm there for her, Pacific Life is there to help protect me and my family so I can enjoy all life's moments.
Pacific Life, helping families for over 145 years achieve long-term financial security with lifelong retirement income. Talk to a financial advisor today to grow your future with confidence.
You sure that's gonna work here? Yeah, why wouldn't it? I've just never seen anyone pay with their phone here. I think those only work at, like, fancy grocery stores. We fancy.
Introducing Samsung Pay, the new mobile payment that works almost anywhere your cards can be swiped or tapped. Get $100 off any Samsung.com purchase when you activate Samsung Pay and register a compatible card. Exclusions apply.
Tonight at 7:30 Eastern, college football presented by Hilton Hotels on ESPN features Dalvin Cook leading the number 13 Noles against the 12th-ranked Gators in the Swamp, Florida State and Florida, part of ESPN's rivalry series presented by Jiffy Lube. That'll be a good one tonight. Here in the Big Ten, it's Ohio State with the lead on Michigan with 1:33 remaining in the half. Rudock. Play fake, steps up in the pocket, throws at the last second, and we're going to have a flag as Jake Butt, the tight end, interfered with by Damon Webb.
Well, he got bailed out on that one because Ohio State had good pressure. They collapsed the pocket. Rudock was looking like he was going to scramble up the field and threw it at the last minute.
Defense, number 3. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Now we've seen a costly penalty affect Michigan. This is a very costly penalty against Ohio State. Great pressure on the inside. And Rudock is just trying to get rid of the football. And clearly a defensive holding on the play.
So first down at the 37. 4 wide receivers for Rudock here in the waning moments of the second quarter. Quick throw. Smith over the middle. Davion Smith still running all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Really great job by the center. A designed screen. Watch the center, Glasgow, get out in front of this play. They throw the pass behind the line of scrimmage so a lineman can get down the field, and he gets the block on Raekwon McMillan. Perfect time to call that play for Michigan.
Davion Smith did the rest. Got hit, bounced off, picked up extra yardage. Michigan uses one of its timeouts, and a great spot to use it. 1:16 remaining in the half, and they got something moving here. And we just said a little while ago, any kind of score would help, and they're in position right now, partner, to make this a ball game.
Absolutely, and very critical, again, with Ohio State getting the ball to start the third quarter and the Michigan defense struggling to stop the Ohio State run. The offense needs to close the gap, let the defense go into the locker room and get it figured out to do a better job on the run game. And the penalty really helped them right there. That interference really helped.
They haven't really been able to run the football, but in essence, that screen pass became a run for Davion Smith.
Well, you've got to run enough to keep the defense honest. You can't put it all on Jake Rudock and drop back and throw against this front. So enough running and enough plays like that to keep the defense honest. And Jabril Peppers, I think, has been a factor for them offensively. Had the one big play on the little pass, and right now Michigan in nice territory.
They took over at their own 8-yard line with 5 minutes to play. Here comes the 9th play of this drive. Rudock sidearms it, incomplete. Had to try to get it around Bosa, who was coming with a head of steam again.
Ohio State had the screen snuffed out that time. Davion Smith wasn't going to go anywhere if he would have caught that football.
Don't forget, coming up, stay tuned for the Capital One halftime report. John Martin Mack will be along. Have all the updates from a busy Saturday in college football.
Peppers is the lone back here. Again, looking for the guy to make the play here.
2 tight ends in the lineup. They pitch it to him. He's thinking about throwing again, and now he pulls it down and gets down to about the 6. I don't know if he was actually thinking about throwing that one again, but he gave that look.
Yeah, I think he was. Jake Butt was running towards the end zone, and I think the read on that is if everybody comes up and they leave Butt get behind him, he's going to throw the football. But Ohio State covered Jake Butt, and Jabril Peppers makes the right read as the running back.
3rd down and 2.5.
Fisher's time for an injured player.
And we got a guy down, Raekwon McMillan for Ohio State. That draws a round of boos from the Michigan crowd. Stops play here with 3rd down upcoming. They've spotted the ball just outside the 5-yard line, and they've got to get inside the 3 to pick up another 1st and goal.
Well, you mentioned even a field goal here makes it a 1-possession game, but I think if you're Michigan, from a psychological standpoint, you've been down here once before, and you were on the 9-yard line with 1st and goal and had to come away the field goal. You got to be thinking touchdown here, and right now Jim Harbaugh's got to be thinking on this 3rd down play, what's the best situation, best opportunity that we can get. You do have the luxury on this drive of being able to pick up a 1st down without scoring a touchdown.
McMillan limping off.
Fans are booing, but I'll guarantee you that guy wouldn't be coming out of the game if he wasn't hurt. No. Because you don't want your starting linebacker and leading tackler off the field on this 3rd down and 3 play.
And now he really starts to limp and hop. Meanwhile, Michigan, their offense came over to the sideline, and now they go back to the 5-yard line with a huge 3rd down coming up.
Michigan hasn't really shown this, but a quarterback run here might be a valuable weapon as well.
They've been great on 3rd down. Here's another big one. 7 out of 10 on their 3rd down conversions. They've got to get inside the 3-yard line. Chesham in motion. Rudock wanting to throw for it. Does. Far side. Touchdown, Chesham. He's been a third down machine today. J.U. Chesson for the touchdown.
Beautiful design and play call by Michigan, because by putting Chesson in motion, they were able to isolate the coverage that they wanted, wide receiver against linebacker, and they got the touchdown.
Big time drive when they needed it. Almost the length of the field, and still a minute left in the half. Extra point is good. Let's take a look at today's Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate. Mr. Blackledge.
Well, by putting J.U. Chesson in motion, and they already had two receivers over there. Darren Lee is a linebacker. As Chesson comes in motion, that's who picks him up on the route. The cornerbacks have the receivers. You isolate your third down guy against a linebacker, and that's a mismatch that favors the Michigan offense, and Rudock right on target with the throw.
92 yards in 11 plays. Just over 4 minutes to make it 14-10.
That was huge. Excellent play call. Situation setting up the guy you wanted to get the ball to against the right coverage.
Unless Ohio State gets a marvelous kick return, you would think that they would be pretty conservative in this last minute, because they're out of timeouts.
They haven't thrown the football much, only 18 pass yards for J.T. Barrett, but they've been effective running the football.
Kenny Allen's kick hits the pylon. Touchback. It'll come out to the 25. Don't forget, tonight 8 Eastern on ABC. Well, we got a little mix-up going on down there. It's nothing new.
Well, J.U. Chesson, who just caught the touchdown pass, is also on kickoff coverage. And he was running down there, and he's the guy that got involved in the little dust-up. I mean, how many times you see a starting wide receiver on kick coverage?
Well, that's some pretty good headbutts in there, actually.
In the field as a touchback, the ball be placed.
Malik Hooker and Chesson kind of exchanging face masks there all the way down the field. What I was trying to say is tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern on ABC. Saturday Night Football presented by Walmart. Bedlam. Going to be a good one. Number 3 Oklahoma, number 11 Oklahoma State. Sooners can clinch the Big 12 championship with a win. You can catch all the action on ABC. Part of Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. Buckeyes first down at the 25 with 1 minute left in the half. Ezekiel Elliott got to the 30. Joe Bolden, the middle linebacker, made the stop. Bolden, the leading tackler on this Michigan team, and we talked to him yesterday, and he is all linebacker. His theory, just find the ball and you'll make the play. He's trying to find the ball right now in the middle of that heap, as Elliott got 3 more, and it works it down. So we'll be under 30 seconds on the next snap. Third down, a yard. And again, they just run it up the middle, as they're going to be comfortable with a 4-point lead heading to the locker room. Elliott gets a couple more, as he's close to 100 in the first half on the ground. Close enough that if he has one more carry, he might have it here before halftime. Barrett pump fakes. He's going to take a shot here. Barrett, long downfield, double coverage, incomplete. Half comes to a close. Jalen Marshall is the intended receiver. Ohio State on the road, having won 17 straight road games, has the lead at halftime. The end of the first half coming up. The Capital One halftime report after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Oh, man, that's good. Des, have you tried Coke Zero yet? Reese, Coke Zero? Man, I wish every fan could try this.
How are you going to do that?
Watch this. Everybody at home, grab your smartphone, open up Shazam.
Hey, I got it.
I didn't think you even knew what Shazam was.
How'd you think I got into hip-hop?
There's still time to enter the Allstate It's Good sweepstakes for your chance to win great prizes every week. One lucky fan will win $100,000 a trip to the Allstate Sugar Bowl and then meet Kirk Herbstreit at the 2016 National Championship game.
It's good!
Enter today at allstatecfb.com.
The players, cheerleaders, the hootin' and hollerin', foot stomping, bands rocking. Every team has a tradition that inspires superior performance. And for the last 60 years, we're proud to be the one they all have in common.
Ohio State is saving lives every day. This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state, a major employer,
A student body driven to learn and contribute. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
impacting tens of thousands daily. Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State. Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
I know Coulson better than he knows himself.
The war against ex-Agent Ward
I need to cross some lines the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. shouldn't cross.
has reached critical mass.
Come get me. We'll settle this right now.
New Marvels, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Tuesday on ABC.
CMA Country Christmas, Thursday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
Framed for treason, but uncovering the truth
There's a second ball out there.
will come at a price.
The longer you hold out, the harder it's going to be for those you care about.
Quantico, all new Sunday on ABC.
Over the years, Tire Discounters has gotten to know our customers pretty well. So we know just what they'd like for the holidays. Cash. $100 Holidays is back.
You're watching WCPO, 9 on your side.
Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Report.
Well, the Ohio State Buckeyes offense stalled a week ago against Michigan State, but they've got it going in high gear early on today. You could say Ezekiel Elliott, who was vocal about not getting the football enough a week ago, seems to be happy on this day. Finished with just 86 yards rushing last week, the entire team against Michigan State, but they've already doubled that and more, 171 yards rushing right now. And there's Zeke doing most of the work. John Saunders alongside of Mark May and Coach Mac Brown, who's made it back from his game that he was at Friday. Appreciate to have you back at the desk. You guys are appreciating the offense of Ohio State for the first time in a few weeks.
Well, they had to run the football because last week, obviously, against Michigan State, they got stuffed up front. Their offensive line is doing a much better job of getting to the second level, but it's the big runs. Ezekiel Elliott has a 66-yard run. J.T. Barrett has a 25-yard run in this game, and that's the key to this. If they can get those seams where they can get those big holes and get up the field to play, that puts a lot of pressure on the Michigan defense.
Well, when you are as bad as Ohio State was and struggled as much last week as they did on offense, they have been cussed all week by coaches. They've been cussed by fans. They've been cussed by media. 100% sure they were going to come out and move the ball better today. Worst thing could have happened to Michigan was Ohio State losing last week. You wanted them to come in feeling good about themselves and jumping around. They came in with a focus today.
A little question about that. Now, that being said, you've told me many times as a coach, you've told me many times as a player, you don't want to go to the locker room having just given up a score, but that's what happened.
No, it's the worst thing that can happen. You take momentum into halftime, and Michigan's got big-time momentum now with this drive.
Now they've got their confidence back. 11 plays, 92 yards on this drive just before halftime. And you look at the quarterback, Jake Rudock. He was spectacular, 5 for 8 to 62 yards. But just moving the ball like this, it gives you a great feeling offensively, a great lift when you go in the locker room. Now you've got your head held high. You know you can score on the Buckeyes, and right here, J.U. Chesu takes it in for the score.
And Rudock's got confidence, but that also gives the play caller confidence, and he gets some rhythm, and then you're working on all cylinders now when you're hitting it. That play caller, when he gets confidence with his quarterback, anything works. That playbook is so wide open, and it's like every time I look down, oh, which one? That one's good, this one's good, that one's good. And if it's not working, you look down and say, brother, there's not one on this sheet that looks good to me. So there's not a play I can call. I've done both.
It's like going to the locker room down 14-10 and feeling like you have the lead almost.
You do.
Look at that circumstance. You know, this game, as important as it is to these two teams and to the playoff picture, it all gets wiped away if at 3:30 Eastern time, between 3:30 and 7, Michigan State manages to beat Penn State. How do you see that game coming out?
I love the Michigan State defensive front, Shalik Calhoun and company, the way that they can go, no matter where they play at home on the road, they can get to the quarterback. And here's the key in this game. When you look at Penn State, one thing that they can't do is protect the quarterback. Christian Hackenberg's been sacked as much as any quarterback in the nation, tied for the most at 36 sacks. So can that offensive line perform against the Michigan State front seven? I think it's going to be tough because they really lead this football team. And
Michigan State's had the unbelievable win at Michigan, one we'll remember for the rest of our lives, and they've had the awful loss at Nebraska. So it's the same, but I really think Michigan State wins today. We're not sure about Connor Cook, but these guys have been a team that they've been on a mission all year, John, and people questioned them last year. Their 2 losses last year were to Oregon and to Ohio State. They get to go to the championship game with a win today.
But you can clearly see, Mayday, that this game's going to be decided in the trenches with the big uglies.
Absolutely.
As Jackson used to say.
And I like the way that Michigan State's offensive line has gotten healthier and more confident throughout the season in the last couple of days. Connor Cook didn't play last week, so they went with their 2nd and 3rd team quarterbacks. If that happens today, they can rely on this offensive line. And now the running backs are healthy. They're 4 deep at running back. They're healthy at that position. So that really helps this offense get going offensively and gets their confidence up because they don't have to rely on Connor Cook if he doesn't play.
We're seeing so many more coaches using backup quarterbacks this year, and I'm so impressed with the way coaches are saying, next man up, no excuses, let's just go play. We're not saying, oh, our guy's out, and it just doesn't look good. We're not in a good position right now. Coaches are doing a better job coaching 2nd and 3rd team quarterbacks than I've ever seen in my career.
You know they're saying that just the same. They're just not saying it publicly. But you know they're saying stuff like that. You know, Dabo Swinney, of course, at Clemson, all he has to do is win a couple more ball games, and he's going to be in the playoff. And one of them is against a battered South Carolina team, but it is a rivalry game just the same. Gallman with the carry here, loses the football. South Carolina recovers. Later in the first quarter, Deshaun Watson tries to hand off. He fumbles it, and the Gamecocks get that ball.
And this is just a matter of concentration and focusing on protecting the football. Every little detail, attention to detail.
Deshaun Watson keeps this one himself. Goes flying in. That's what he does so well. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, you know, it's really not that far from where a professional guy makes a lot of money doing that. Kane hauls that one in, and 14-3 is the lead. Oh, my goodness. They're dapping all over the place. Stick around. When we come back, we'll look ahead to the big one tonight in the Big 12.
This halftime report brought to you by the Quicksilver Card from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase, every day.
It's hit the road.
Guys!
Oh, hey, Terry. Look, I really wish we could take you to the national championship game with us, but
we already got a funny guy.
There's no way he's funnier than me.
Have you heard some of the stuff comes out of his mouth?
Really?
Don't hate me because you're the poor man's me. Ooh, good one, Chuck.
Terry.
I really don't get to go.
And you're not that funny.
Funnier than you. Hey. Well, if I could think of something, I'd say it.
$0. Only on HTC.com.
You ever feel like you're spinning?
Like you're stuck in the same place in life? Just going round and round and round? Yeah, man. Been there.
No, actually spinning.
Oh, we can fix that by going to Midas. They have a great selection of tires. Sorry, Doug. I thought you were try to get deep.
It's time to take a closer look at your tires. Get up to $160 back by mail on a set of 4 Goodyear, Cooper, and other select brands. Tires, brakes, oil, everything.
Way back in days of old, there was a legend told.
Sorry to interrupt. It's a very catchy tune, but there's only so many times you can hear it.
So what are you saying?
Your favorite nights
You mean?
are back.
Yes, Richard.
Are you serious?
Hells yeah. Is this for real? Is this really happening?
We are officially big pimpin'.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gallivant, the 5-week comedy extravaganza, returns January 3rd on ABC.
Come create and calculate. Shatter both records and stereotypes. Build improbable machines and impossible medicines. Come because there is much to be done out there and to be undone. Come believe in something greater than yourself. Put your grand imagination to work. Come join the leaders and best. The victors valiant. Come to Michigan.
Welcome back to the Capital One Halftime Report.
Well, if you follow the Cheez-It Real Fan Cam, just look down at Bedlam. What is it? A lot of fences there for Bedlam. It seems like with Bedlam there shouldn't be fences keeping the people in there. That, of course, getting ready for Oklahoma State. What is the key to this matchup? When you look at it, you know the rivalries that each and every year, as they say, the old cliche, it doesn't matter what the records are. But in this one, with so much at stake, Oklahoma thinks they're going to be in the playoff with a victory, and Oklahoma State thinks they have a chance to get there with a victory. With so much at stake, what's the key?
Well, we say records don't matter. It does in this one because they're both really good. So it does matter, and it matters a lot. It's not like they're trying to get to a bowl. Weather's going to be bad. It's cold. Quarterback play for Oklahoma has been so good with Baker Mayfield. He's a guy that he gets it. He's smart. He gets the ball out of his hands very quickly. He's very accurate. Here he throws to Sterling Sharp, one of the best receivers in the country. He can catch it and move it afterwards. And then he's also a guy that can improvise. He's back. There's nobody there. I look left. I look right. I span the field. I start up inside. I got a little Johnny Manziel here. I come out to the outside, throw off my back foot, and hit Dimitri Flowers, 6'2", 228-pounder for the touchdown. Baker Mayfield's playing really good. Mark?
That's all well and good. Quarterbacks, pretty boys, doing all that stuff. But it comes down to this, the running attack, the guys up front. In November, when it's cold, when it's wet, when it's snowy and conditions are bad, you got to count on the running game. And right there, Samaje Perine's really picking it up. His first 6 games, he averaged 70 yards. Last 5, 148. And you look at this Oklahoma State defense, the last 4 games, they've been on the field 368 plays, over 90 plays per game. They're gassed because the last game against Baylor, they gave up over 300 yards rushing down the ground. You know the game plan for Oklahoma is going to be running the football with Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine.
Head coaches Bob Stoops against Mike Gundy. That's all you need to say, right? These guys are about as intense as you get taking the field. There are some other huge games being played. Boy, it's not just a weekend of rivalries. It's a weekend of setting up positions for the playoff. And Alabama win out. They know they're going to be in that playoff.
Alabama's got a really good football team, John. They're tough. They can run the ball. Last time they were in Jordan-Hare Stadium, they lost on this long field goal return. So this will be a very emotional game today, but Alabama wins.
This is a non-conference game, Mayday, but it feels like a conference battle. And Notre Dame, the Irish, has to impress with a big win here.
And they've got to stop that play right there. Christian McCaffrey, he's #1 in all-purpose yards. Their defense has to figure out a way to slow him down today. Their best cover guy, Kavari Russell for Notre Dame, he's out injured, so I don't know who's going to cover him. But not only that, he can run it, receive it, and return it.
Yeah, the only break they get is it's a cover guy who's out, and you know Stanford is going to run the football. And so if you can slow down McCaffrey, and guys, is this Les Miles' final game?
If it is, it's not at LSU. He's going to coach someplace. He's fired at LSU.
That's a great point.
I just know it's been handled poorly. Who knows whether it's the last one or not, but they have not handled this well.
I think they're making a big mistake if they let Les Miles go. Stick around. When we come back, you're going to want to see what is happening with the Memphis Tigers. These guys have a way of piling up the points. They're continuing.
Outback is topping your holidays.
For a limited time, get a 4-course meal starting at only $14.99, like new bacon bourbon ribeye or garlic butter sirloin, plus soup, salad and dessert starting at only $14.99, only at Outback.
Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently.
Mike's on! First down!
Save big with State Farm.
I'm ready. Intel's best processor is here. So you can take this very real, very terrifying memory and edit it, share it, play it back in 4K quality.
Introducing Intel's new 6th-generation core processor. It's our best processor ever.
In the garage or out and about, Wrangler knows the ins and outs of comfort.
With new styles and great fits, you look good for any occasion. And they're built with 4-way flex technology that moves with you for all-day comfort.
Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Flight leaves for Los Angeles in 3 hours. Carter, pack your bags.
I'm the chick with the shotgun. America's top agent.
You're under arrest.
Is headed west.
Ready for another adventure, Miss Carter?
To bring a little sass.
California is going to go to hell in a handbasket.
Okay.
This case is much larger than we thought.
Maybe it's more like kick a whole lot of hit about a pop and the heart go boom. Good Lord, man. Marvel's Agent Carter 2-hour premiere event, January 5th on ABC.
Hey! Whoa! Can't feel my rhythm, never ever take it slow. I'm too big stomping, ever lay down low. And I said, hey, hey, oh,
This halftime report brought to you by the Quicksilver Card from Capital One. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back every purchase, every day.
Don't forget, you can watch every single game live at home or on the go. Just download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. Perhaps you want to watch more than one game at the same time, too. And, boy, if you didn't watch this in the first half, we have replays on Watch ESPN as well. Paxton Lynch, 7 touchdown passes, guys, in the first half.
I've seen this guy twice live this year, and he's the real deal. He's a junior, could come out early, but he'll be a #1 draft choice, John. He's a great player.
He had 9 completions, Mayday, 7 touchdowns.
Terrific job. Just getting done spreading the wealth offensively.
We're trying to find out who didn't go for touchdowns on those other 2 passes. Second half is coming up.
There's no one I'd rather share with.
No one I'd rather have dinner and a movie with.
No one I'd rather lean on.
Being in love is an amazing thing. Being in love with your best friend is everything. Introducing the Ever Us 2-stone ring. 1 diamond for your best friend, 1 for your true love. For the one woman in your life who's both. Ever Us. New this holiday at Kay, Jared, and Zales.
Northwestern Mutual knows that life calls for a plan. A plan for the I-dos and the I-did-its. The wishes and the we're expectings. Northwestern Mutual has always been there for you by listening to what matters most in your life, helping you create and follow a financial plan, and encouraging you each day to do the little things that add up over time, turning your biggest goals into your biggest achievements. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? These young men working together for a common goal. Not just winning basketball games, but bringing out the best in each other.
I don't want to go back to that place.
Stop.
I can't show you the pictures.
I don't know what happened.
Boys don't do that.
It's about respect.
My son was raped. You need to be very careful with that word.
American Crime returns January 6th on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
With 14 schools in the Big Ten, you get a full 40% more of everything you love at no extra charge. Now that's our kind of conference. Meijer, proud sponsor of the Big Ten and more.
Toyota's Black Friday event, a mega sales event that will eclipse the competition. For 10 days only, get an extra $500 bonus cash on 2016 Corollas and 2015 RAV4s, in addition to 0% financing. Use it to lease Corolla for $149 a month with only $999 due at signing. With this RAV4 for only $179 a month. Hurry, Toyota's Black Friday event ends November 30th. Toyota, let's go places.
Where were you born? It's a question asked all the time. Because where you're from shapes who you are, inspires how you do things. And when that inspiration comes from a place this refreshing, this majestic, this... well, you get the idea. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
You're watching WCPO, 9 on your side.
The Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series.
It's Ohio State and Michigan for the 112th time. They almost got to the punter. He goes down. The flags fly in. Ezekiel Elliott got to the edge this time, and there he goes. Elliott in a foot race. And it's Barrett. He'll keep it himself, and he's in. Touchdown, Ohio State. They're going tempo, and it's Elliott easily walking in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Rudock wanting to throw for it. Does. Far side. Touchdown, Chesham. And we welcome you back to ABC Afternoon College Football, presented by Kay Jewelers as part of Jiffy Lube's Rivalry Series. Back at the Big House, just about set to start the third quarter. Brad Nessler, Ty Blackledge, Holly Rowe along with you as we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Vizio. Michigan can't run. Ohio State can't pass. Doesn't matter. Still a good game.
Yeah, still a good game. Both teams had 4 possessions in the first half. Both teams had 3 impact plays. Ohio State's with runs. Michigan's with passes. Both teams had a costly penalty that extended a scoring drive. So really good football game right now.
Each team had a 90-yard scoring drive, and both of those scoring drives were kept alive by the pass interference penalty and the roughing the punter that Todd just talked about. So third quarter set to begin. A yard deep, Curtis Samuel reverses field. Not going to get to the 20-yard line, though. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary so far through 2 quarters. 171 yards today. And it's Ezekiel Elliott wanted the ball more. He got it. Close to 100 for him in the first half, including his 18th touchdown rushing this season. And J.U. Chesson has been Mr. Third Down today. And they much needed that touchdown with a minute to play in the second quarter to get back in the football game. Got a man down. I think it's Damon Webb for Ohio State. And it is, and they're carrying him off. That's not a good look. So Ohio State's going to start at its own 18-yard line. Braxton Miller today has really only touched it much in the quarterback position. But he is in there right now. Barrett looks right, pumps once, comes back to his secondary receiver, and it's complete out to the 25 as we check in with Holly.
Well, guys, bad news for the Buckeyes. Their top receiver, Michael Thomas, was just taken off the field. He could not put any weight on that leg. They literally had to carry him off. And that is not good news. He is their top receiving threat. Also, Raekwon McMillan, who was taken to the locker room, their best linebacker before the half, he's back out. He is going to try to play the second half. Lower left leg injury.
Second down and 3. Elliott slips a little bit, and then he got to the corner and down the sideline to the 45-yard line. Boy, it looked like that wasn't going to be much, and it ends up being 21 yards.
Yeah, really good balance. Both guards out in front of that play, Billy Price and Pat Elflein, both leading out along the edge, and Elliott with another run, and Ohio State again. The tempo, I think, is
timeout for an injured player on the sideline.
And we'll get another injured guy, and that's halting play. Michigan player down. Can't see it this time who that is.
So Elliott with that last run well over 100 now. He had his streak of 15 straight 100-plus games snapped last week. And today he's got 120 on 11 carries, including this one. Devontae Thomas, the guy that made the tackles, the guy that's shaken up.
Well, Ohio State just, and I knew coming in, we were not going to see the same Ohio State team that played Michigan State last week. Michigan State's defensive line really controlled the game and really kind of forced the issue at the line of scrimmage. And so far in this game, Ohio State's offensive line has played at a much different level. And that's why you see Elliott running for over 100 yards and J.T. Barrett also running the ball well from the quarterback position with 64 yards.
Only Archie Griffin's had more 100-yard games now in their Ohio State career than number 15. Here's Barrett, a couple yards up the middle. You know, with Zeke running it this well, and Barrett's done a really nice job on these zone reads, they don't really have to throw, but don't they have to have a pass play pretty soon in here?
Well, what's going to happen is if Michigan continues to struggle stopping the run, they've got to bring a safety down and play more single coverage, which leaves them vulnerable for a long throw.
Elliott broke the tackle of Bolden, and he's off to the races again. All the way to the 37, 15 more for number 15.
That's just a bad tackle by Bolden. Good hard running by Ezekiel Elliott, but Joe Bolden is unblocked and in the hole and just unable to wrap up Elliott.
And here he goes again for 9 more, and that is 16 runs in their last 17 plays from scrimmage.
I think this is a page out of their own playbook where they've had success against Michigan the last couple years, running for over 300 yards in each game.
Now Barrett comes up throwing, and it's too high. Incomplete. Curtis Samuel. Holly.
Brad, I just want to correct myself. It was not Michael Thomas. He also wears number 3. It was backup cornerback Damon Webb, who's been taken out with that injury. Michael Thomas is out on the field for the Buckeyes.
All right, Holly, thanks. Nothing like the double numbers of college football. 3rd down and a yard. That is Michael Thomas trotting out to the top of your screen. Michigan needs a stop here. Barrett, they're not going to get it. He gets to the 25 and a 1st down.
You know, he made the point early in the game, but it's worth revisiting. Michigan playing without one of their leaders on their defensive front. Ryan Glasgow, their starting nose tackle, injured a couple games ago, and they've had other guys step up, but the last couple weeks teams have run the football against Michigan better than they did earlier in the year. Again, Indiana a few weeks ago over 300 yards in that 7-point loss to the Wolverines.
8th play of the Buckeye drive, a 1st down at the 25. Barrett, play fake, go into the end zone, caught. Jalen Marshall, touchdown. There's the one throw that I was looking for a little while ago, and it's perfect. 25 yards for the touchdown.
Well, he's working on Jeremy Clark, who is a linebacker or defensive back. And it's good coverage by Jeremy Clark on Marshall. He sees the ball. He's going to make a play on the ball, but strong hands by Jalen Marshall at the high point of the catch. And the Buckeyes with another touchdown.
And again, you're going to hear a pin drop in the big house right now after that score. And the extra point puts Ohio State up 21-10. What a way to open the 3rd quarter if you're an Ohio State fan. 82 yards in 8 plays. The capper, J.T. Barrett to Jalen Marshall. 25 yards for the touchdown, and it's 21-10.
Courtyard is the official hotel of Super Bowl 50. So what have you got? That's the next level stuff right there.
NFL Bistro chairs, huh? No? Your order number is 2.
It's kind of cumbersome. I guess my question is why?
It's a road game 50 years in the making. Get ready for Super Bowl 50 at Courtyard, the official hotel of the NFL.
You don't hurt yourself.
Whoa, whoa. Hi.
I need the new iPhone to play my reindeer games.
Aren't you cute? Right now, if you get any iPhone, you can get an iPad mini for an amazing price.
iPad mini, nice.
So what are reindeer games?
Angry reindeer, doodle reindeer, flappy reindeer.
Oh, so like regular games with the word reindeer added to them.
Huh. I guess so.
Buy any iPhone on AT&T Next and get iPad Mini 2 for $99.99 at AT&T.
This is how you'll look when you shop at DXL. But this is how you'll feel. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up, all in one awesome store. DXL, you're looking good.
This is Black Friday.
Oh my God.
Does anybody want to be part of this? No. Well, Chevy has a better way with Black Friday deals all month long.
That's a great idea.
What if you could get up to 20% cash back when you bought it? Bam!
20% back? Awesome.
It's Black Friday. Find your tag and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select 2015 vehicles in stock. Or get 0% financing for 72 months on 2015 Silverado light-duty models. Hurry, ends Monday.
Now for the official coin toss.
Why are you calling me? I don't do this anymore.
I found something really interesting.
When the banks committed the greatest fraud in U.S. history,
The big banks ripping off working people.
4 rebels risked it all to take them down.
If we're right, people lose homes, people lose jobs.
We're going to make the big banks hurt.
It's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?
So Mike Berry, who doesn't wear shoes, knows more than the federal government.
Dr. Mike Berry. Yes, he does.
The Big Short. Rated R.
It's getting closer. Next week, Star Wars explodes on the GMA. Monday, Star Wars director J.J. Abrams. Tuesday, Han Solo himself, Harrison Ford. Plus, who will be Sports Illustrated's Athlete of the Year? See it revealed live Monday on GMA.
What a difference a week can make, huh? The comparison of the loss to Michigan State and what Ohio State has done through just 2 quarters and a couple other minutes today.
Well, a week and better weather.
Yeah.
You know, it's cold, but it's dry. Last week it was wet and windy. Not ideal conditions to play offense.
Michigan now really needs an answer to that long touchdown drive of Ohio State's. Ohio State's had 75, 82, and 94-yard touchdown drives today. This kick is returnable. Lewis from the 5. And made a couple guys miss, got out around the 25-yard line as we take a look at today's AT&T strong performance.
Brad, you asked about the passing game of Ohio State. When they had to move a safety down to put another defender in the box, where's your matchup? It's out here. You go away from Jordan Lewis, you go away from Peppers, and you work on Jeremy Clark. Single coverage. Michigan has to get an extra defender to stop the run. And then a great catch by Jalen Marshall at the end, just going up with strong hands against tight coverage. But the adjustment Michigan made to stop the run gave him an opportunity to make a big throw down the field.
Jalen Marshall's 5th touchdown catch of the year, by the way. Rudock, play action, falls incomplete. Khalid Hill, the tight end, had his hands on it, but Darren Lee didn't let him have it very long. So Michigan with that long touchdown drive just before the half, and they could definitely use one right here to stay in this game.
Ohio State has done a really nice job for the most part of not giving up big plays. They've given up 3 in that first half, but nothing that has really flipped the field.
They're going to try to get some work out of Smith for about 4. Joey Bosa made the tackle, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 again. Biggest play that Davion Smith made in the first half was that screen pass that got him down in the red zone and set him up for the touchdown.
Now Ohio State, with their sub package, they bring their 4 best pass rushers in, and Joey Bosa, who normally plays on the outside, moves inside right here along with Adolphus Washington. Hubbard comes in to rush on the outside.
It's been Rudock to Chesson all day on 3rd down. This time it's to Butt, the tight end, for the first down.
I remember watching Jake Butt in this game 2 years ago as a freshman. Had 5 catches, was a real factor in the game. He's just a comfortable guy for the quarterback because he knows how to find open spots in the defense, and he turns his body and shows his jersey number to the quarterback, and that's a nice target to throw to in the middle of the field.
6'6", 250 is a nice target. High backfield this time. On first down. And Peppers follows his fullback, but only got a couple as Raekwon McMillan got over there to make the tackle.
Raekwon McMillan, just a sophomore, played a lot last year as a freshman, learning the system, and has just had an outstanding season this year, averaging nearly 10 tackles a game, a Butkus finalist.
He won the Butkus Award for the high school players back in 2013. He might do the daily double, huh? Win one this year. Out of Hinesville, Georgia. Second down and 8. Rudock, play fake, goes back on the screen to Smith. And this one's not going to work as well because Raekwon's got them all tangled up after a pickup of just 2. Boy, how many third down situations can Michigan get itself into today? This is their 13th third down. They've converted 9. Last time it was Jake Butt. The entire first half it seemed to be J.U. Chesson that Rudock looked for on third down. A bunch set of 3 receivers to Rudock's left. Steps up in the pocket. Bosa's got him down low. The ball is out. But an incompletion, and Joey Bosa has a sack. First one of the day, 26th of his career.
See, whenever he gets singled or single blocked, he's a handful. Joey Bosa's going to come from the top of the screen. He's blocked one-on-one, and he just rips right around the right tackle. Ooh. And gets to the quarterback.
That was a bad landing for Rudock as well. He really got bent in half. So it'll force a punt from O'Neal. Jalen Marshall, who scored the last touchdown for the Buckeyes, back deep. And fields it around the 16-yard line. 8:50 remaining third quarter. Ohio State an 11-point lead and on offense when we come back.
Welcome. We have 3 Chevys here. All right. I want you to place this award on the podium next to the vehicle that you think was ranked highest in initial quality by J.D. Power.
Can I look around it then? Sure.
Highest ranking in initial quality.
It's got to be this one.
This is it.
You are wrong.
Really?
Actually, it's all 3.
You tricked me.
J.D. Power ranked the Chevy Malibu, Silverado Half-Ton, and Equinox highest in initial quality in their segments.
That's impressive.
I'm very surprised.
I'm very surprised. Chevy hit 3 home runs.
Signature service, baby.
At Jiffy Lube, we want you to have it all. Expertise and convenience. That's why with our range of services and our award-winning training program, you can be sure to find our expert technicians around almost every corner.
All good?
Sure is.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Visit JiffyLube.com for deals and locations around every corner. Jiffy Lube, leave worry behind.
From the big gifts that mean a lot to the little ones that mean everything. Get the perfect gift for everyone and share wonder on Christmas Day. Walmart.
Hey, Chip, how'd the discount double check work for you?
Great. Just wish I'd double checked those throwback uniforms, though. Cannot believe I found your size. Whoop! Look at that, huh? Woo! You liked them, though, right?
No, I didn't.
It pays to double check. Save big with State Farm.
College football on ABC. Presented by Kay Jewelers. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. Jiffy Lube. Experts around every corner to help you leave worry behind. And Walmart. Stop by a store or visit us at walmart.com to share wonder every day.
In the lead up to this game, Jim Harbaugh took part in the annual pilgrimage to the graves of Michigan coaches Bo Schembechler and Fielding Yost this week, and then he smacked that Buckeye on a rock out there in the cemetery. Fumbled the hammer right shortly after that, but right now his Wolverines trail by 11. Barrett, play action, rolls and throws, completes it to Braxton Miller out to the 22. That's the first reception by Braxton today. It'll be interesting to see where he plays on Sundays.
Yeah.
What position? Probably right about where he is right now, I guess. As a slot receiver, H-back type. Ezekiel Elliott trying to avoid the tackler. Somehow did. Looked like he was going to lose yardage, and he picked up a couple.
A big play right here for the Michigan defense. The Wolverines are behind by 11. They've got a third down situation here. They've had a very difficult time stopping Elliott or J.T. Barrett running the football in this kind of a situation. They need to kind of flip the field if they can for their offense.
Third and 3. Barrett's going to try to do it himself. Nope, he's going to pitch it late. And it's a first down. Curtis Samuel on the edge, and he picks up 11.
Well executed by Barrett. He attacks the inside shoulder of the linebacker Desmond Morgan. Watch him run right at number 3 and pitch it at the last minute. And Samuel able to get to the edge for an easy conversion of the first down. J.T. Barrett is playing very well today. He looks very confident, very comfortable in what he's doing. The Ohio State offensive line really having the better of it at the line of scrimmage in this football game.
Jared Wilson is the injured Wolverine down right now. Cardell Jones, the number 2 quarterback, who's been the number 1 quarterback, who last year could have conceivably been the number 3 quarterback. Yeah. Put whatever number you want on him. Cardell made it known last week after the loss to Michigan State that he will not be returning to Columbus for another season and will enter the NFL draft.
Well, obviously the quarterback situation has been an issue all year for Ohio State. I personally thought J.T. Barrett should have been the starting quarterback when the season began. Cardale was named the starter and actually played well against Virginia Tech. But I just think this offense, the way that they want to run it, is better suited for J.T. Barrett or a quarterback with that skill set than one of Cardale Jones' skill set.
Kind of a delayed draw here to Ezekiel Elliott. Gets out to the 39 for another 5-yard pickup. That play looks sort of funny on takeoff, but it ended up being effective anyway.
Ohio State running the football in the first half averaged almost 9 yards per carry. So pretty much anything they were calling, they were eating up chunks of yardage running the football.
2nd and 5. Zeke again, and should have a first down.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
And this, even though the Michigan defense this year has played at a much higher level, this is the same kind of script that Ohio State has used to beat the Wolverines the last couple years. The last 2 years, they've scored 42 points in each game, and they've run it on the ground. 393 yards in 13, 233 last year.
Going to take a shot down the middle here into some traffic. He somehow tucked that pass into Van Etz. There's 3 Wolverines right there, but they still get 8 yards on the pass play. Be 2nd down and 2. And they're back in Michigan territory inside the Wolverine 49.
It's much easier to throw the football if you've established the run than the other way around.
Elliott has another first down. Flag down.
Holding. offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Taylor Decker, their All-American candidate left tackle, with a holding call. Working against Wormley.
The right arm around him.
So that slows down the Buckeye drive that was really in gear at that point. 29 rushes today for the Buckeyes so far. They fake the pitch. Barrett keeps it up the middle, and he's got 11 or 12 yards.
JT's running with a lot of strength today. We've seen him run inside and just kind of drag some tacklers along. We saw it on his touchdown run and a couple other runs.
He's on his way to what might be a 100-yard game to join his backfield mate, Ezekiel Elliott, who has already got 156.
Last time they were in this third down, Elliott was out, Samuel was in, and they ran the option with Samuel being the pitch man.
They're going to put him in motion. This time he's going to throw it to him. Wide open, first down. Little different twist that time, but this time they get it to number 4 through the air, and they pick up 12 more yards.
Yeah, you had the bunch set to the top of the formation, and they all came on inside routes. It was a little bit of a rub play for Curtis Samuel. Good use of Curtis Samuel on a pair of third down plays.
So the 9th play of the Buckeye drive at the Wolverine 37. Michigan needs a stop here. The Buckeyes keep driving and going for more. Incomplete, intended for Michael Thomas. Good coverage by the other corner, Jordan Lewis.
Michael Thomas is going to have a hard time getting away from Jordan Lewis. And Jordan Lewis is an excellent cover guy. A little bit of hand fighting by both guys, but where Ohio State has made some plays in the throw game has been away from Jordan Lewis and away from Jabril Peppers. It's finding other matchups in the pass game that are to your advantage.
Yeah, it was a safety issue on that touchdown pass to Jalen Marshall. It wasn't the corner's problem. Second down and 10. Barrett keeps it, diving forward. Not going to get the first down, but he's close. And it makes this next play more manageable. It's third down and about 2. Urban Meyer says, let's go. Let's go. The tempo has been good to him today.
Yep.
It's actually only a yard to go on third down, and Elliott's got another one.
Well, Ohio State is a tempo team. That's the way they like to play. They weren't able to get that going last week because they couldn't make first down.
Right.
You know, you've got to make first downs to play fast. But that's the other thing that Indiana did against Michigan's defense. They play tempo, and they were able to get their running game going in a huge way in a double overtime loss.
Another first down at the 26. The clock working its way down at 3:40 remaining in the third quarter, an Ohio State third quarter. For sure, they've dominated this quarter so far.
I mentioned Indiana. Kevin Wilson's team's an interesting team.
Yeah.
They're trying to get bowl eligible, I think, today. The common denominator, they played both of these teams really good. There's a touchdown difference in both games. They had 307 yards rushing against Michigan.
Barrett going to foul Elliott over there, and he got a good block on Peppers. Picked up 4 yards.
They also took Ohio State pretty much down to the wire before losing 34-27 and ran 91 plays for over 400 yards against Ohio State's defense. So Indiana offensively really had an excellent year.
Yep. 6 straight third down conversions. Michigan hoping they don't end up making it 7. They definitely need a stop to get the football back or to prevent more damage on the scoreboard. Elliott. Going to be a situation where they have to unpile. It looks like he's a couple feet shy of the first down.
That's Just straight ahead football, running behind the center, Jacoby Bourne and Billy Price, the left guard.
They're not going to take their foot off the pedal. 4th down, they go for it. And they get it, and then some. Elliott to the 13.
What a difference a week makes for the Ohio State offensive line. Last week, they did not have control of the line of scrimmage. This week, against the other team from Michigan, they do.
At the 13, 277 rushing yards right now for the Buckeyes.
And again, now's the time. If you did want to throw, you're going to have some favorable matchups.
He fakes the pitch to Marshall, keeps it himself. Barrett in the open field and in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. A 7-minute drive and a 13-yard touchdown by the Buckeye quarterback.
Watch the block by the right guard. As he gets the block, Barrett starts that way and sees an opening and cuts it back. Off the block by his guard, Pat Elflein. There's the block by Elflein. A nice cut and vision by J.T. Barrett. And another touchdown for the Buckeyes. Offensive line controlling the game.
They'd only allowed 5 red zone rushing touchdowns up until today, and Ohio State's got 3, and we still have a whole quarter to go.
And it's kind of a helpless feeling if you're a defensive coordinator, a defensive coaching staff, when you can't stop a team from running the football down your throat. And that's what's happening right now by the Buckeyes. 3rd touchdown drive for Ohio State, over 80 yards, and predominantly being done on the ground.
Nurnberger in for the point after, making it 28-10. Michigan definitely needs an answer when we come back, because J.T. Barrett and the Buckeyes are putting it on them right now. 84-yard drive and 16 plays, 7 minutes and change, and the Buckeye quarterback airborne to make it 28-10.
This is Black Friday.
Oh my God. Does anybody want to be part of this?
No.
Well, Chevy has a better way with Black Friday deals all month long.
That's a great idea.
What if you could get up to 20% cash back when you bought it? Bam!
20% back? Awesome.
It's Black Friday. Find your tag and get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select 2015 vehicles in stock. Or current Chevy owners can get over $7,100 total value on this 2015 Tahoe.
Hi, I'm Tony Romo, and I have DirecTV. And I'm arts and craftsy Tony Romo, and I have cable. Only DirecTV's NFL Sunday Ticket lets you watch every single game live from start to finish. With cable, you don't get every game, so I channel my frustrations using paper mache. I can pick out any game I want to watch from the 8-game mix. I mixed a cupcake and a brownie. I'm calling it a crownie. Don't be like this, me. Get NFL Sunday Ticket, only on DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Uptake remains strong.
Opinions. There's no shortage in this world. Who do you trust? Whose analysis is accurate? How do you make sense of it all? A simple, unbiased stock score consolidated from the opinions of independent analysts. Is that too much to ask? Nope. Equity Summary Score powered by StarMine will help you execute your ideas with speed and conviction. And it's only on Fidelity.com. Open an account and find more of the expertise you need to be a better investor.
How do you do Black Friday? Do you camp out or caffeine up? Stick to a list or let the savings speak to you? Click from the couch or grab from the shelves? Brave it alone or bring reinforcements? However you build cheer, the best prices of the year are still here. Let's do this. Get this LG or Samsung washer, your choice, just $4.99. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle wave-like motion. Liberate your spine. Good. And reach, toes blossoming.
Not that great at yoga.
Yeah, but when I slipped a disc, he paid my claim in just one day.
So he had your back?
Yep. In just one day, we have proven pay. One-day pay, only from Aflac.
An epic drum battle. New Muppets ABC Tuesday.
Our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven. Giving you a shot of the big house. Michigan Stadium packed to the rafters for Ohio State and Michigan for the 112th go-around. And right now, it's all Buckeyes. They own the third quarter, or there's still 1:45 left of it. But for the most part, it was all scarlet and gray, quarter number 3.
Own the third quarter and have owned the line of scrimmage for the entire day.
Yeah. Short kick. Going to have to hustle to get there at the 12. Jordan Lewis has been trying to break one all day and does have another nice return out near the 35-yard line. Let's take a look at who's been putting in work. Brought to you by Carhartt.
Well, it's Jabril Peppers from Michigan. They're trying to find different ways to utilize him. They've lined him up as the Wildcat quarterback. They've lined him up as a tailback. Of course, we know he's a return, a defensive back, and they've had different creative ways to get him the football. But to Ohio State's credit, they've done a nice job of limiting his effectiveness in the game.
There he is making a play on defense. Right now it's Drake Johnson in the backfield with Rudock. He wants to throw, and he just got buried at the 29-yard line. Josh Perry and Tyquan Lewis. That whole right side of the outside part of the Ohio State defense just scrunched him.
Tyquan Lewis fought off the block of A.J. Williams, the tight end, and I think it surprised Rudock that he was there. He saw the inside defender, but he didn't expect for Tyquan Lewis to be there as well.
For the loss on the play of 5. Second down at 15. Rudock has time, going deep, got it, complete, and it's Chesson again. 21-yard pickup on 2nd and 15.
Big play right there for the Michigan offense. Again, Ohio State's defense, that's the 4th impact play they've given up. No long runs of 10 yards or more. Everything has been through the air, but only 4 plays that have gained 20 yards or more, and that was a big one for Jake Rudock right there.
Chesson's got 74 yards and a touchdown on his 5 catches. So he's been the big play guy of what Todd just said, the big plays that they can come up with. Rudock deep on the sideline this time. Diving catch by Darbo.
Well, Chesson's been carrying the load. Jake Butt's done his part. The third part of that team, Darbo, very quiet, but a nice job working on Garyon Conley. And Jake Rudock puts it in a place for his receiver to make a play.
That's their biggest chunk play of the day that they've been waiting on. 39 yards. Career long catch, in fact, for Darbo, and they set up shop at the Buckeye 11. Smith trying to follow his blockers, only got a yard. And that will bring the third quarter to a close. So Michigan knocking on the door. They need to break it down when we open the fourth quarter, because our ABC College Football presented by Kay Jewelers has ended 3 quarters and will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Our parents worked hard so that we could enjoy life's simple pleasures. Now it's our turn. I'm doing the same for my family.
Retirement and life insurance solutions from Pacific Life can help you protect what you love and grow your future with confidence. Pacific Life, helping generations of families achieve long-term financial security for over 145 years.
Mr. King, what can you offer that your opponent can't? Oh, 10 nuggets for $1.49. Thoughts?
$1.49?
There's no debate. Get 10 golden nuggets for just $1.49, only at Burger King.
Is there any link between head injuries and professional football players?
The NFL, it's an entertainment product.
When did you become aware of the concussion issue?
This is an evolving science.
Commissioner Goodell, I asked you a simple question. The NFL has known about the concussion issue for years.
Families are being destroyed.
You gotta fix this. We're doing everything for our players.
Going to war.
Sure want to do this.
I would ask you that same question. Tell the truth.
Rated PG-13. Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans are as comfortable as they are tough. They're built with a U-shaped construction. They don't cut into you like jeans with a V pattern.
Why is somebody always trying to tackle me? Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Who thinks they can solve this math problem? Two cars are traveling in the same direction. How long until they collide? You ready to solve it? Go. 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 What's the answer?
I don't know.
There's a lot to process quickly, right? You want to meet a car that can help do it for you?
I'd love to.
Yeah. The Chevy Equinox offers forward collision alert to help warn you when you're approaching another vehicle too fast, so you can take action.
Is smarter than I am.
Wednesday's gonna rock.
I won an air guitar contest in high school.
Bet that got you a lot of air girlfriends.
Because it's all new.
You're welcome, America.
Celebrating that busy time of the year with all the unexpected guests.
Oh my God.
Loud family.
You think I'm too loud?
And Top Gun surprises.
It's me, Barry's wing mom.
What? So you'll want an all-new Middle, Goldbergs, Modern Family, and Blackish to help you relax.
We're off the hamster wheel, man.
All new Wednesday on ABC.
Framed for treason, but uncovering the truth
There's a second ball out there.
will come at a price.
The longer you hold out, the harder it's going to be for those you care about.
Quantico, all new Sunday on ABC.
Over the years, Tire Discounters has gotten to know our customers pretty well. So we know just what they'd like for the holidays. Cash. $100 Holidays is back.
Good morning, Tri-State, before Good Morning America on 9 on Your Side.
We open the fourth quarter with today's Aflac trivia question. Urban Meyer's won his first 3 games against Michigan, who's the last coach to have won 4 straight games to start his career in this rivalry. I'll give you a little time to think that one over. Urban's only lost 4 games at Ohio State in 4 years. Brad Nessler, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our ESPN on ABC crew from the Big House in Ann Arbor, where Michigan opens the fourth quarter at the Ohio State 11-yard line, trailing by 18. Rudock had it batted down. Adolphus Washington, I think, got a big paw on it. We talked about him earlier. They sometimes think that he's not living up to his potential because his potential's unlimited, I think, as far as a guy that size and what he can do.
Yeah, he's had a pretty solid season. He stayed healthy. You know, last year he was bothered by some nagging injuries. This year he's been pretty much healthy all the way through.
And a long time since Michigan came back in the fourth quarter to win one of these. 1988. Jake Rudock, plenty of time, scanning the field, throws to the short route receiver intended for Chesson, and Eli Apple broke it up.
Nice call that time by the Ohio State defensive coordinators, Luke Fickell and Chris Ash. They only rushed 3 and they dropped 8. They played a zone defense close to their own end zone, and Rudock didn't have anywhere to go with the football.
And they're going to go for the field goal here. They try to make it a 2-possession game. Would cut it to 15, so they'd need a 7 and an 8. Allen 1 for 1 so far, 2 for 2 so far. So they were in desperate need of a touchdown. They have to settle for 3. 28-13 now. Ohio State's in front. Coming up today at 3:30. Todd's alma mater, Penn State, taking on number 5 Michigan State in East Lansing. Spartans playing for a spot in the Big Ten title game. College football presented by Cars.com at 3:30 on ESPN. So if Ohio State wins this, they will become, as I said about 3 hours ago, the biggest Nittany Lion fans of all time. Because if they pulled off an upset, Ohio State would have a date in the Big Ten championship game against Iowa. A Let's check in with Holly.
Well, guys, that was a big possession right there for Michigan to have that ball, possess the ball, and have a long extended drive because their defense had just run off the field, or I should say had walked off the field very dejected after that J.T. Barrett touchdown. The defense had a chance to catch their breath. Most importantly, Jabril Peppers was able to stay on the sideline and catch his breath. The defense needs a little more energy to finish out this game and stage a comeback and get a stop right here.
Yeah, they definitely need a stop, that's for sure.
Well, Michigan had about a 5-minute time of possession edge in the first half, but that script got completely flipped in the third quarter. Ohio State ran 24 plays to Michigan's 11 and held the ball for nearly 10 minutes of that third quarter.
Yeah, Ohio State, their last 2 drives, 8 plays and 16 plays. Kickoff is deep, and they'll bring it out to the 25 as we take it out to Cassidy with another update.
Thanks, Brad. Let's take a look at who's getting it done, presented by Wells Fargo. And 3-8 South Carolina on the comeback versus #1 Clemson after a Sean Carson 1-yard TD run. The Gamecocks get the 2-point conversion here by Lorenzo Nunez. Cuts Clemson's lead to 3 this game over on ESPN. Brad, Todd.
Oh, wow, that would be something, wouldn't it? After the great year Clemson's had. All the home teams in these rivalry games to this point today are losing, including Michigan here.
Boy, Michigan a little discombobulated on their personnel here on this first play of the possession.
Elliott. Wow, he just kind of rode Moore in his center on that run, and that was going to put him past Eddie George on the all-time rushing list to #2 behind Archie Griffin. The other 2 guys won Heisman trophies, 3 of them between the 2.
We saw Archie this morning at the hotel, leaving to come to the stadium.
And here comes 4 more yards for Zeke. So he's heading towards one of those 200-yard days, maybe. There you take a look. 55-89 for Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman winner. Eddie won it in 95. And now Ezekiel Elliott in some seriously good company if you're a Buckeye. And he broke out and almost broke free. 10 more for Elliott.
You're just seeing a running back running with a chip on his shoulder today in Ezekiel Elliott, and an offensive line blocking with chips on their shoulders. A complete reversal of what we saw last week against Michigan State. And Michigan's defense just does not have an answer for the run game.
This time, play action. They pull the trigger on the long ball to Michael Thomas. And he's got it inside the 20. Well, it's just that easy when the running game's that good.
As good as Jordan Lewis is, you run, you run, you run, you play action, and Michael Thomas gets a little bit of separation, and J.T. Barrett makes the nice throw.
Legal substitution on the defense. 12 players on the field. Penalties decline. First down.
And that's J.T. Barrett's best pass of the day for Michael Thomas. So the 3 guys that just couldn't muster anything last week are all having a major impact today. First down, back in the red zone of the 19. And again, Michigan confused defensively. And Barrett keeps it. And he's going to have a first down inside the 10.
Over 300 yards rushing for Ohio State in the ball game right now. Similar to what Indiana did 2 weeks ago.
Elliott, touchdown. This time from 9 yards out.
Well, again, the right guard, Pat Elflein, gets the block on the linebacker. Watch 65 get to the next level on the linebacker. The tackle blocks out. The guard leads through. And there's nothing but green grass in front of Ezekiel Elliott.
Another long scoring drive by the Buckeyes. Didn't take them very long either. Less than 2 minutes to go 75 yards again. Nurnberger's extra point caps another touchdown drive. 5 of them today by Ohio State of 75 yards or longer. This one was 75 in 6 plays. And Ezekiel Elliott into the end zone again for Ohio State.
Milk. Okay, phone's over. Thirsty?
They said it would make me cool.
They don't sound cool to me.
Guess not.
You gotta stick up for yourself. Like with the Name Your Price tool. People tell us their budget, not the other way around. Aren't you lactose intolerant?
This isn't lactose. It's milk.
An eagle on the back 9. A new sports car in your garage. Making a wise investment. All good reasons for a steak dinner.
Taco Bell's new Boss Wraps. A double portion of steak loaded up and grilled to go. It's a whole new take on steak.
Just steady, buddy.
Steady, buddy.
You fired up?
Am I the only one with a meeting?
I've got to.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I gotta say it, man. This is a nice setup.
Too soon. Just kidding. You said hello,
The Nissan Sentra. Now get a $149 per month lease plus $500 on the Nissan Sentra. Minions with 3 all-new mini-movies. Own it on Blu-ray December 8th.
It's here, the first gummy multivitamin from Centrum. A complete, tasty way to support your energy, immunity, and metabolism like never before. Centrum Multi-Gummies. See gummies in a whole new light.
PC does what?
PC does up to 30 times better 3D graphics. PC does what no PC has done before. Does yours?
Who wants to try?
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to stir up the holidays. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before they got 3% back on gas. All with no hoops to jump through. Daniel, Fondi, and Sarah decided to use their Bank AmeriCard Cash Rewards credit card to sweeten the holiday season. That's the spirit of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Before the Avengers, before S.H.I.E.L.D., there was
Miss Carter.
Mr. Jarvis.
The original Marvel team is back.
Fantastic.
Marvel's Agent Carter, 2-hour premiere event, January 5th on ABC.
Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary for 2 guys that had 44 and 31 yards rushing last week. It's been a whole different story today. Ezekiel Elliott closing in on 200. J.T. Barrett over 100. It's the second time in the last 3 meetings between these teams that Ohio State has had 200-yard plus rushers. Before that, you got to go back to 1967, the last time it happened. So they have grounded out, and then when they wanted to, they pulled the trigger on play action passes, and they're dominating right now here in the 4th quarter, 35-13. Jordan Lewis. The ball is out at the end of that play. Whether he was down or not, we'll wait and see. That's what they're going to say. And Jeremy Clark covered the ball anyway. So it's Michigan ball either way, we think. That's the head linesman anyway, his indication was. And I think he was down anyway. Bill Lamagnier, our booth man. What do you think, Bill?
Forearms down. That's what. And then he hit the ground. Ball popped out. Nothing with replay on this because the same team recovers it. But he was down.
Yep. Bill, who did the famous #1 against #2 game in this rivalry, didn't you? Back in, what was that, 06?
2006.
Attaboy. The head referee in that game. Here's Rudock going sideline. Wide open. Chesson's had a big day, but it's not going to be enough probably. He did get out to the 45-yard line, 20 more yards, and that should put him over 100 receiving.
So you got to be impressed with Urban Meyer and his coaching staff. pulling this team back together. We talked to Urban on Wednesday, and at that point, they had had a couple rough days. Monday and Tuesday was tough getting the team back. He was scrambling. Didn't talk to us very long on Wednesday. But, boy, they have come in here with a sense of purpose.
And Rudock goes down, and it's Bosa, and the ball's out. And I think Ohio State might have this one covered. Tommy Shutt, I think, is the guy on the football. The Bosa effect again, and Rudock's hurt. They didn't officially give him a sack the last time he decked the quarterback because it was right at the line of scrimmage. This one will be a sack, a fumble, and an injured Wolverine all in one swoop.
Well, and they went to an unbalanced line, so this is not a tight end. That's Mason Cole, a starting tackle, but he's normally the left tackle. He lined up as the right tackle, and Bosa went right around him and got to the quarterback and knocked the ball loose. It's definitely a mismatch if you put a tight end over Joey Bosa, but you think you might have a chance with an offensive tackle, but Bosa just went right around him.
Wolverine quarterback down. We'll check on him when we come back to Ann Arbor after this.
Most people know the 4 C's of a diamond. Now, Kay Jewelers brings you the newest C, chocolate. Levion Chocolate Diamonds. Only Levion, masters of jewelry designed for centuries, makes jewelry with rare chocolate diamonds. Save up to 20% on select Levion styles with dazzling designs that she's sure to love. At Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America. Levion Chocolate Diamonds. For the sweetest thing in your life.
Every kiss begins with K.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Are we watching the game?
You'll see.
I think my boys have a shot this year.
Yeah, especially with this new offense we're running. I mean, our running back is a beast. Once he hits the hole and breaks through the secondary, oh, he's gone. And our linebackers and DBs dish out punishment and never quit. You didn't expect this, did you?
I didn't.
The Nissan Altima. There's a fun side to every drive. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Outback is topping your holidays. For a limited time, get a 4-course meal starting at only $14.99, like new bacon bourbon ribeye or garlic butter sirloin, plus soup, salad, and dessert starting at only $14.99, only at Outback.
Pain not sitting too well, burning to feel better, itching for relief? Preparation H offers the most maximum strength solutions for all hemorrhoid symptoms from the brand doctors recommend most. Preparation H. Don't stand for hemorrhoids.
Hey, honey, I'm on my way to the interview. Yeah, I'll transfer the money. Done.
What is love, baby?
And done.
On your phone, online, on the go. Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
Jake Rudock in a lot of pain on the Michigan sideline. As his numbers on the day, he was sacked by Joey Bosa before that timeout, and the landing did not look good. He was down. They're reviewing the play anyway, and we think that the ball's going to still be Michigan's as we take another look at it.
Landed hard on that left shoulder.
That looks sort of Tony Romo-ish, didn't it?
Yeah, forearm looks down before the ball comes out. You know, those two are friends. They were high school teammates together at St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Florida. Bosa was a sophomore when Rudock was a senior. And Jake Rudock said this week, I hope to see him, but not too much until after the game.
It'll be second down at the 39-yard line. Clock operator, please put 12-12 on the game clock.
So Wilton Spate will take the next snap.
Now, I've seen enough of Joey Bosa this season, today, and on film. He's the best player on this Ohio State football team on either side of the ball. And he is an outstanding football player that plays every play hard and just a great player.
There's another Bosa coming. Nick has committed to Ohio State. He just had knee surgery. I spent some time with John Bosa last night. Joey and Nick's dad, who still looks like he could play, and he was a #1 draft choice when he came into the NFL. 16th overall pick. I said, I think Joey's going to beat that 16. He said by a bunch. Well, there's a little hook and lateral to Jabril Peppers, trying to get him in some open space. Eli Apple brings him down after a gain of 6. under 12 minutes. And another 3rd down and 10 coming up. Spade, a redshirt freshman, in there at quarterback for Jim Harbaugh.
We saw him come in the Minnesota game and make a couple nice plays.
And that one a little bit low, intended for the tight end, but and it'll be 4th down. This one's slipping away from Michigan. They're going to stay out there, try to pick up 4th down, as they've only got 11.5 minutes left to work. All 3 wideouts to the top of your screen. Spade rolling that way. Has an open man. Not going to get much, though. A couple yards for Grant Perry. And Ohio State will take over on downs. Luke Fickell, defensive coordinator, co-defensive coordinator, out there congratulating his team. It's been an Ezekiel Elliott kind of day again today, Todd.
Well, the line of scrimmage has been owned by Ohio State. Ezekiel Elliott has run with a chip on his shoulder. This was the big play early. Nothing real fancy out of the Ohio State offense. A lot of straight ahead running with Ezekiel Elliott and domination up front by this Ohio State offensive line.
Remember last week, Ezekiel was not happy with how many times he touched the ball, only 12 for 33 yards. Today he's rolling near 200. He's got it now with that carry. And another 200-plus game as we check in with Holly.
Let's keep in mind, if you're just joining us, Ohio State with a big change before this game. Their co-offensive coordinator, Ed Warner, who's always been on the sidelines calling plays, and Tim Beck's been up in the booth. Well, Warner went up into the booth today, into the press box. They wanted to streamline the communication system. Worked out pretty well for this Ohio State offense.
So far, when you're rolling like this on the ground, as Braxton Miller carrying this time.
Well, they had to use a couple timeouts in the first quarter. You know, there was a little bit of mix-up, but they've done a great job. You know, whatever they figured out would work better for them. The running game has been on point today for Ohio State, and well, it just, again, it really makes a defense have no answers. If you can't stop the run, as fancy as football's gotten in college football today, if you can't stop the run, you've got a problem.
We mentioned earlier talking about Zeke moving into the number 2 spot all-time rushing in Ohio State annals behind Archie Griffin and ahead of Eddie George. And now you just saw that last graphic. He has tied Eddie George for the most 200-plus rushing games. And, I mean, you can't say anything better than Eddie George and Archie Griffin.
Right.
So I think he's going to be pretty happy in the locker room today. A lot happier than a week ago. You know, and on top of that, I'm sure, I mean, he's very much in the Heisman picture. And when you have a disappointing game like that, I'm sure personally that's, you know, some of his frustration was showing last week, too. You'd be crazy not to think so. But he'll be happy with 2:10-2 right now. So we're down to 9.5 minutes. J.T. Barrett going to take a timeout here with 9:33 to play.
Ohio State, first of the half.
3rd down and 7 for the Buckeyes, who are dominating right now when we come back.
Big news. The new Sprint LTE Plus network is faster than Verizon and AT&T based on data from the world's foremost authority on independent measurement. To celebrate, we're going to cut some prices in half. Switch to Sprint and save 50% on Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile rates. No gimmicks, no tricks. It's the biggest offer in U.S. wireless history.
What about Verizon?
50% off.
AT&T too?
50% off.
Even T-Mobile?
50% off. Plus, Thanksgiving Day through Cyber Monday, lease a Samsung Galaxy S6 for half price, only $9 a month. So switch today.
Signature service, baby.
At Jiffy Lube, we want you to have it all. Expertise and convenience. That's why with our range of services and our award-winning training program, you can be sure to find our expert technicians around almost every corner.
All good?
Sure is. See you next time.
Thank you.
Visit JiffyLube.com for deals and locations around every corner. Jiffy Lube, leave worry behind.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
We've got Allstate, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, I found this new thing called
Allstate Quick Photo Claim.
It's an app. You understand that? Just take photos of the damage with your phone and upload them to Allstate.
Really?
So you get a
quicker estimate, quicker payment.
Quicker back to normal.
I just did it. But maybe you can find an app that will help you explain this to your father.
Quick photo claims. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Just steady, buddy. Steady, buddy. You fired up?
Am I the only one with a meeting?
I've got to.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I gotta say it, man. This is a nice setup.
Too soon. Skin. You said hello,
The Nissan Sentra. Now get a $149 per month lease plus $500 on the Nissan Sentra.
New season, new story. American Crime returns January 6th on ABC.
ESPN College Football, presented by Kay Jewelers. Kay Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Pacific Life. For life insurance, annuities, and investments, choose Pacific Life. The power to help you succeed.
Jim Harbaugh's first game as head coach of Michigan after winning his final 2 as a player. And without Ryan Glasgow, their 300-pound defensive tackle that Todd talked about a little bit earlier, they're giving up some chunks on the ground right now, including 341 to Ohio State so far today. Barrett's going to add to that total by a couple.
And really, that's 2 games because Penn State only ran for 70 against them. And it was primarily Indiana over 300 and Ohio State in a very similar approach. Spread formations, tempo, and just hitting them with straight running plays. Some power, a little mix of power and zone. The difference between Indiana's run game and Ohio State's run game is J.T. Barrett, also a factor for Ohio State from the quarterback position. But a dominant performance by the offensive line today to kind of set the table for Ohio State's offense.
You know, Ohio State going on 4th and 6. No sense in punting, no reason to try a long field goal. And now they're going to take a timeout.
Timeout. Ohio State. Be a 30-second charge timeout.
30-second timeout gives us a chance to check in with Cassidy Hubbard back in the studio.
Thanks, Brad. According to our Brett McMurphy, Justin Fuente will become the next head coach at Virginia Tech. Meanwhile, in Frank Beamer's final regular season game, Michael Brewer to Sam Rogers. Right now, Virginia Tech trailing Virginia 20-13 in the 4th. And coming up on ESPN at 3:30, Connor Cook warming up for Michigan State as they can clinch the Big Ten East with a win against Penn State. A game, obviously, Ohio State fans will be watching closely. Back to you guys.
Will they ever? Our college football rankings brought to you by Chick-fil-A. You got to wonder, with Ohio State dominating in this game, how far up they would move from 8 right now.
Yeah, well, and I think that's part of why when the rankings came out Tuesday night, why Urban Meyer said Wednesday there was some juice back in their locker room because they realized not just the chance to maybe play for the Big Ten championship and win the East, but also to be maybe still alive in the college football playoff picture if things fell their way.
A lot of that still to be determined. Corner blitz. Barrett tried to deliver it to Thomas, and we're going to get a flag on Jordan Lewis.
Well, Jordan Lewis didn't know where the football was. It was underthrown. Michael Thomas tried to reach back over the top
Pass interference
of Jordan
Defense.
Lewis.
Number 26. Automatic first down.
Michael Thomas, a tall, long receiver at 6'3". This ball's underthrown. Lewis doesn't know where it is.
Can't do that on 4th and 6, though, when you're trying to get off the field. So, automatic first down. Spotted around the 17 or 18-yard line.
You know, we mentioned Ohio State still thinking they have a shot maybe at the playoff. Interestingly enough, you go back a few years, 2007, a very similar situation for Ohio State in the BCS era when it was only 2 teams instead of 4.
Here's Thomas on the keeper. Oh, what a cut. Heading to the end zone. J.T. Thomas, touchdown. J.T. Barrett, excuse me. Wow, that was a nice move on the corner. 17-yard touchdown.
Well, this is a defense that's been on the field a long time, and they've kind of lost a little bit of their zip. Ohio State's run game has just taken it out of them. They come with a run blitz. Morgan gets caught inside. Peppers doesn't make the tackle. And J.T. Barrett just keeps pushing forward.
So Michigan came in having given up only 5 red zone rushing touchdowns on the entire year, and they've given up 5 today. Shortest touchdown drive of the day, by the way, for Ohio State. Took them just 2.5 minutes and 5 plays and 47 yards for their quarterback to find the end zone again. J.T. Barrett makes it 42-13.
I just feel like we were going to talk about it, and then we didn't talk about it.
It's kind of a big decision, right?
Right. That's why I think we should talk about it.
Okay. But, you know, I'm not sure I have any answers.
Okay, wait a minute. What if...
Intel's best processor is here, so you can take this very real, very terrifying memory and edit it, share it, play it back in 4K quality.
Introducing Intel's new 6th generation core processor. It's our best processor ever.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Guys, in honor of Rivalry Week, we're gonna do something special. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say Rivalry Week? Rivalry Week.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Right way.
Guys, it's rivalry week.
Strong enunciation. Desmond wins.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Looking for a real breakfast burrito? Don't look for it at a burger place. Get everything you love about breakfast scrambled, chopped, and dropped into a warm flour tortilla. Stick with the burrito experts, Taco Bell's Grande Scrambler.
There are a few who move toward the sounds of chaos. Forged in the crucible of training, they are the first to move toward the sounds of tyranny, injustice, and despair. They are the few, the proud, the Marines.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Are we watching the game?
You'll see.
I think my boys have a shot this year.
Yeah, especially with this new offense we're running. I mean, our running back is a beast. Once he hits the hole and breaks through the secondary, oh, he's gone. And our linebackers and DBs dish out punishment and never quit. You didn't expect this, did you?
I didn't.
The Nissan Altima. There's a fun side to every drive. Nissan, innovation that excites.
The Big House is becoming smaller. Our ABC Afternoon College Football presented by K Jewelers, part of the Jiffy Lube Rivalry Series. It is 42-13, and that's why people are cleaning out. Of the 111,829 we had in here. We asked you Aflac trivia question earlier. Urban Meyers won 3. It's going to be 4 against Michigan. Who's the last coach to do that in this rivalry? Francis Schmidt, Ohio State, back in the 30s. That one I would not have gotten. I didn't get it, in fact. So this is the 265th consecutive time that Michigan Stadium has had over 110,000 people here. 111,829 today. Not that many anymore. Tonight at 7:30, college football presented by Hilton Hotels on ESPN. It's the number 12 Seminoles, the number 13 Noles, number 12 Gators. Florida State versus Florida, part of the rivalry series presented by Jiffy Lube. That'll be fun. Always is. Players don't like each other much. And that one, much like this, Michigan and Ohio State. Mutual respect, maybe, just not a lot of love. Spade in for the injured Jake Rudock. And Davion Smith, this is going to be his best run of the day. Gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I'm going to go back to the point I was making about 2007 as there's a flag on the play.
Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Ben Braden, the left guard. Back in 07, Ohio State lost their next to the last game of the year. This was Illinois in 07, not Michigan State. The week before Michigan, they fell from number 1 to number 7. They beat Michigan, and then a lot of other stuff happened, and they found themselves back at number 1 in the title game against LSU.
Pass intended for Button. McMillan there covering from his linebacker position. Well, there's still a lot of football left today and tonight, so we'll wait and see.
Already one team ahead of them got beat last night, Baylor, in that horrible weather. Ryan Greasy was up in our booth at halftime. He was at that game. And
he was still drying out, I think.
It was miserable.
Tom Luganville's the guy that really took it in that game. Lugs got pretty drenched in that football game on the sideline last night. Likewise, it's not going to be a great weather night at Bedlam either, coming up at 8 o'clock tonight when Oklahoma State and Oklahoma get together. We've seen the Sooners a couple of times this year. They've worked their way in position. A win tonight, they would be the Big 12 champs, and they would be set for the playoff. Ohio State fans enjoying their trip to Ann Arbor. Spade down the middle, again incomplete. Let's check in with Holly.
Well, guys, obviously Michigan quarterback has gone out with that left shoulder injury. They're continuing to diagnose that on the sideline. The collarbone clavicle area. He took the full brunt of 275 pounds of Joey Bosa landing on that shoulder. But Rudock has been a real godsend for this program if he's unable to return to this game. His parents were honored pregame for senior day, even though he's only been on campus since May. He has been a huge part of this Michigan turnaround and a really beloved guy. When they introduced his parents in the pregame senior ceremony, a huge ovation for this young man.
Yeah, nice kid. Very smart, pre-med student. And today he's on his own medicine list over there. It's been a tough day because of what the Ohio State defense has been able to do today.
Well, first of all, they took the run away. And so that put all the pressure on Jake Rudock and Ohio State. Their front four, the strongest part of their defense, got after him. And he's a tough guy, but you can only survive so many hits like that. Michigan only able to run the ball for 55 yards in the game. And when you drop back that many times against guys like Joey Bosa and Adolphus Washington, you're going to pay the price.
So that tough as a $2 steak and tough as nails and tough as hen's teeth that Coach Harbaugh was talking about. Just too much of that today. You can only be so tough. Let's check in with Holly again.
Well, guys, just a few moments ago, somebody from the Ohio State coaches box ran over to me with an urgent manner and said, hey, how many yards does Ezekiel Elliott have? So I told him, I saw him run back and relay it to a gentleman who's standing right next to Urban Meyer, who then told Urban Meyer, I have a feeling they want to get Zeke the most yards ever against a Michigan team. I think he needs just a few more.
Well, his career high is 274 against Indiana, so maybe it's the total as a team that they're looking for. We're under 7 minutes, and whistle stop play. Like a false start maybe on the right side of the Ohio State line.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That Elflein, the right guard. Third time, 40+ against Michigan. You got to add all the other coaches up for Ohio State all time. There'll be a lot of meetings between those two guys, but this one in the favor of the guy that's about to be 4-0 against Michigan.
Not only that, I think it's 3 times in a row, 42 points exactly. Now they might add on to that.
Well, we did it 2 years ago. It was 42-41, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they had 42 last year.
So they're consistent when they play Michigan.
Anybody in Ohio playing the lottery, that might be some kind of a winning number. I don't know. Jeez.
Well, the first time they played it in 1897, it was a Wolverine shutout, 34-0. This is Ohio State with a 42-13 lead.
I really didn't think with Ed Warner going up into the box it was going to be a good thing from a communication standpoint with his offensive line. But boy, no problems with that tonight.
Barrett with a stiff arm on Bolden, and he's going to get run out of bounds after a gain of 1. We just talked about it a little while ago, but don't forget 8 o'clock tonight on ABC. Saturday Night Football presented by Walmart. Bedlam. It's always fun when Oklahoma and Oklahoma State tangle. They're ranked 3rd and 11th. Sooners can clinch the Big 12 championship with a win. You can catch all the action on ABC, part of the Jiffy Lube rivalry series.
We had Oklahoma last week. Baker Mayfield didn't finish the game. Took a really tough hit in the first half. Did not play the second half. Cleared to play this week. Interesting to see how he plays tonight.
Well, Ohio State to punt. Just trying to wear some clock out, and that's their first 3 and out all day. That tells you they didn't have to get off the field very often. High snap, block punt. And it's going to roll dead. Still spinning, in fact, at the 43-yard line. So when you think about block punts, even though it wasn't considered a punt, the ending of the Michigan State game against Michigan, and here they are in the waning moments trying to block a punt just to make a play against Ohio State.
Well, the guy who's done everything tonight, Jehu Chetson, is the guy who blocked that punt. I think he got his arm on the leg of the punter, too. Got up a little bit slow at the end of the play, but did get a piece of the football.
He got a great rush on the one where they called roughing the punter. It wasn't him. It was one of his teammates in that particular case. So flag down. Officials are talking things over.
Sideline interference on Ohio State. 5-yard penalty will be added on to the end of the kick. First down.
So sideline interference. Must have had a warning earlier. Now they'll walk off 5. We just got word that Connor Cook is going to start for Michigan State tonight. He was pretty evasive with Shannon Spake this morning on game day.
Well, that's big for Michigan State. He's obviously one of the better players in this league. He's played a lot of ball for Michigan State, and in a big-time game like tonight is for them with so many ramifications, good to have him back.
Yep. Smith hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain. We'll check in with Holly.
Well, Ohio State is going to bus home tonight to Columbus. It's about a 3.5, close to 4-hour bus ride. But I have a great feeling that the TVs will be on that Michigan State-Penn State game. I think there will be a lot of Nittany Lions on those buses, or fans at least, as Ohio State needs a win.
Absolutely. Buckeye fans in our hotel were talking about that last night already. And Joey Bosa comes up with the ball, stiff arms, and gets down to the 10-yard line.
He's a great football player.
Such an impact in so many different ways.
I mean, he's reading it. See, he's not rushing right away. His eyes are on the quarterback the whole time, and then just makes an athletic play.
Tipped it to himself. The tip drill for Joey Bosa. First turnover of the game. He's going to be a J.J. Watt kind of cat in the NFL when he gets there. First and goal, and the score could get even uglier here.
You know, he was really disappointed with himself last week. He had 3 offsides penalties in the Michigan State game. And really felt like he hurt his football team. Boy, he has been great today.
Barrett intended for Thomas, who was looking for a flag, didn't get it.
Not sure I understand throwing the football right here.
No time off the clock either. Barrett and Elliott, all the starters still in there for Ohio State.
See, I think part of this is recruiting.
Sending a message.
It's recruiting driven.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things that they talked about with Jim Harbaugh coming back to Michigan, that it's going to change the landscape in the Big Ten from a recruiting standpoint. I think a lot of prospects at this game today, a lot of them watching this game for sure. Recruiting the lifeblood for all college football programs, and these two guys go after a lot of the same guys in this part of the country.
There's 21 Ohio players on the Michigan team. As we're at 3rd and goal from just inside the 7. Elliott gets close to the 3. And he goes up to 219 yards on the day. Just depends on who you're cheering for, how much fun you're having.
Well, we said at the top of the show, we're not going to see the same Ohio State team that played last week against Michigan State. They've got too much talent. They've got too many playmakers.
Elliott, Bolden stops him right at the line of scrimmage. And Michigan will take over on downs with 2:37 to go. Now coming up tonight, Florida State, Florida on ESPN. And then stick around for Sports Center at night. Nicole Briscoe and Kevin Connors will have all the highlights from a busy day in the NBA, NHL, college football, college hoops. End your day on a highlight with Sports Center at night, following college football on ESPN. Still got a lot of sports left today.
A lot of good coaching jobs done this year, but probably none any better than Jim McElwain at the University of Florida.
Yeah.
First year head coach there. Lost his starting quarterback early, and
they'd have to find ways to win now with offense, though. That's for sure. Their defense is doing most of it for them. There's Spade from his own end zone, going deep and almost picked off as we check in with Cassidy in the studio again.
Thanks, Brad. Good game between Rutgers and Maryland. After being down by as much as 21, Kenneth Goins Jr. puts Maryland ahead for the first time in the game. Right now, it's 39-38 Terps in the 4th. And coming up at 3:30 on ESPN, James Franklin and Penn State with a whole new fan base behind them as they look to play spoilers against Michigan State. That's at 3:30 on ESPN.
We'll have a lot of eyes on that one, too, if we can get to a TV quick enough.
Penn State's defense is pretty salty. And they do have the ability to throw the ball down the field, which is what you have to do against Michigan State.
You got to keep number 14 upright, though, don't you?
Yeah. It's hard to throw down the field from on your back. Throw it straight up in the air, but not down the field.
3rd down and 2 as we're approaching 2 here remaining in the game. And in and out of the hands of Chesson.
Ball a little bit behind Chesson. Otherwise, that's a catch and a first down. Because he had to reach back for the football, the contact knocked the ball loose.
So 4th down. And Michigan's going to punt. Urban Meyer will go to Michigan. 49-4 with this win. He said 4 13+ win seasons, is about to go to 11-1 with, we know for sure, a bowl game upcoming for him. Our aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear, giving us some great shots of the big house in Michigan Stadium. Kick off your drive with tires that return superior performance. Goodyear, more driven.
The success that Urban's had is unbelievable. I mean, he's 4 different times in his coaching career. He's had 20-game win streaks. Just amazing. I mean, everywhere he's been successful.
2 national titles at Florida.
No losing season. 8-5 was his worst season at Florida. He won at Bowling Green. He won at Utah. Won at Florida. Won a national championship. And he's winning at a ridiculous level at Ohio State.
He will cherish this one after the misfire last week against Michigan State. It's Butt on the completion, so they get the first down. Jake's a busy tight end today. First and 10 from the 17. Spate down the middle again, complete again. Chesson, another first down.
And one of the crazy things, just how the landscape of college football has changed. When Jim Harbaugh played in this game and Chris Spielman, who we referenced earlier, I mean, this game was played for the right, the privilege to go to the Rose Bowl. And now Ohio State may find themselves in the Rose Bowl because they didn't make the college football playoff.
Exactly.
Kind of crazy. Not a bad consolation prize, I'll say
That's
that.
for sure.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense, number 52. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Urban Meyer said this week, I've been a Buckeye since I could say the word Buckeye. He's messing with Luke Fickell over there right now on the sideline. And in Jim Harbaugh's case, said the first time he saw this game was 1973. And it was a 10-10 tie, and the Big Ten commissioners and their people voted the following day to send Ohio State to the Rose Bowl instead of Michigan. And he said there went our chance for a vacation, because his dad was on Bo Schembechler's staff at the time. And he said we never went on vacation. The only time we could go on vacation if we went to a bowl game. Finally in '75 they made the Orange Bowl, and that was his first trip in an airplane with his brother John and his sister Joni, that the Harbaugh family got to go to the Orange Bowl and a flight to Miami. So both these guys bleeding either maize and blue or scarlet and gray, and obviously Shelley Meyer over there with her husband on the sideline getting ready to celebrate.
Well, and this is the kind of game that not just the win, but the way they won, that Urban loves. I mean, he's a run guy, a power football, old school, grew up under Earl Bruce at Ohio State. And the way his offensive line played and the way they ran the football, that is the way he likes to win football games.
Ezekiel Elliott, 214, third most by an opponent in Mission Stadium history. J.T. Barrett, likewise over 100, 113 on the ground for the Ohio State quarterback. And has been the most impressive Wolverine probably today. J.U. Chesson's had a big game in a losing cause, and the coach is about to get wet on the sideline. There it comes, and down it goes. And at least the sun is out. Whoops. Shelley got out of the way just in time. Smart coach's wife. She bailed at the last moment. Spade running around might be the last play of the game. Throwing deep over the head. We'll have one more play.
Spade's pass incomplete. Intended for Ohio State.
Best play in football coming up for Urban Meyer, the victory formation.
Take a knee.
Yep. 371 yards rushing on the day. And they're not an academy. You know?
Right. Well, they have won now 18 straight road games, longest in FBS. The last time they lost a road game was right here 4 years ago. And though it was close in the first half, it was all Ohio State's in the second half. No turnovers, 371 yards on the ground. The kneel down by J.T. Barrett. Buckeyes are 11-1. They're 7-1 in Big Ten play. And they have a resounding victory over the Michigan Wolverines today, 42-13. This will be the first official post-game handshake between those two guys. And an impressive performance by J.T. Barrett, Ezekiel Elliott, the Ohio State defense, Joey Bosa and company, 42-13 the final. So a very sparse crowd now as most of the Michigan fans have cleared out. Holly Rose on the field.
Well, Urban Meyer giving a big hug to Ezekiel Elliott. And, Coach, you're now 4-0. He's trying to get him back. You're now 4-0 in your career against Michigan. What does this win feel like for you, hugging your kids?
Oh, I love this guy. I love our football team, and we feel so miserable about a week, 2 weeks ago. So our guys, it's a credit to a guy like this, the leadership of this team, to rebound back against an excellent team. So I don't know if I've been a part of a bigger win. And that's, we needed that. We really needed that.
Were you happy with the play calling, Zeke?
I mean, last week was definitely a mistake. Let the emotions get the best of me, and you don't even know how bad I feel about that. I would never want to distract anything from the team, and I'm the ultimate team player, and I mean, all I really care about is winning ball games.
You guys were so good rushing the ball. Do you see the scoreboard, how much you rushed for?
I think so, yeah. And,
how did you do it?
Well, the offensive line and against a team that doesn't get up many yards. And that's the workhorse and the offensive line did a great job.
Saw you just hug Ezekiel, whisper something in his ear. What'd you say?
He should be in New York, too, for the Heisman. Yeah, that's a Heisman performance. So I hope we get to go.
Thank you, Coach. Zeke, what do you think about that?
I mean, just honored to be here, honored to be a part of this rivalry, honored to go out there and play with those guys. I mean, I love Ohio State, I love the university, and we're going to keep doing whatever we can to make you guys happy.
Gonna go and watch Michigan State, Penn State?
Probably on the bus ride home.
Thank you.
Holly gets one last question in as they trail off to the locker room. They'll sing their song and be happy tonight with a 42-13 resounding victory. Pretty big for Urban Meyer to say, might be my biggest win of my career. He's won 3 national championships. For Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our entire ESPN and ABC crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Ann Arbor, Michigan.